Democrats don't speak for me. Speak for me, speak for me. Republicans can't speak for me. Speak for me, speak for me. A bitch ass nigga can't speak for me. Speak for me, speak for me. You coon ass niggas can't speak for me. Speak for me, speak for me. Listen here, this is a fact of life. I be rapping like Nat Turner came back to life. Grab Donald Trump by the pussy, he ain't acting right. I never run from a conflict, I be glad to fight. It's a very cold world that we living in. Somebody please tell Elizabeth you're not an Indian. You just trying to con them people to get the benefit. Just another immigrant, stealing from the Indians. That's some punk ass shit and that's too lame. Now we finna step over to Andrew Yang. And you a sucker, you could never speak for black folks. Fake ass pandemic, trying to get the black vote. The Democrats don't speak for me. Speak for me, speak for me. Republicans can't speak for me. Speak for me, speak for me. A bitch ass nigga can't speak for me. Speak for me, speak for me. You coon ass niggas can't speak for me. Speak for me, speak for me. You know your boy be high off sativa. Kamala wasn't popping, so we said bye, Felicia. She ain't had a right policy. We ain't trying to meet her. Y'all can take Biden too. Bye, we don't need her. We don't need Roland Martin or that coon Al Sharpton. Didn't need Cory Booker from the start, man. I don't fuck with police and no snitch. You know I'm coming with the heat when I spit it. The Democrats don't speak for me. Speak for me, speak for me. Republicans can't speak for me. Speak for me, speak for me. A bitch ass nigga can't speak for me. Speak for me, speak for me. You coon ass niggas can't speak for me. Speak for me, speak for me. If you ever go to court and this is your luck, try not to get fucked by Benjamin Crump. I know it's hard. You and all go is hard. But who the fuck is Amy Cloak? Put her picture up on the bullseye and start throwing darts. People cut our organs out our bodies, that's a stolen heart. They can't save us from the flood like Noah's Ark. Black lives always matter, we finna go for ours. So then we savages, we don't need to pot the piss. Mike Bloomberg is suck dick with that stop and frisk, bitch. You ain't speaking for us, we don't know you. Bernie Sanders, they get your funky ass on too. The Democrats don't speak for me. Speak for me, speak for me. Republicans can't speak for me. Speak for me, speak for me. A bitch ass nigga can't speak for me. Speak for me, speak for me. You coon ass niggas can't speak for me. Speak for me, speak for me.
I'm talking about Shills going crazy. People going crazy in them motherfuckers. Run that shit back, man.
But it means nothing. Nothing about a woman on the day. Man made the car. Carry the heavy load. Man made the electrolyte to take us out of the dark. Man made the pump for the water. Like the seven no meter. Man thinks about a little bit of baby girl and a baby boy. Man them happy, because man make them gone. But after man make everything we can, do you know that man makes money? To buy from other men. This is a man's world.
Greetings, Black family. Greetings. Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of the Front Line Blacc News. We are back from our one-day hiatus, and this is season 4, episode 21, part 2 of the Front Line Blacc News. And I'm your host, Che Krumah, and we should be joined with our other host, Lady Che, and our West Coast correspondent, Shabaka Sankori, at Shabaka's Black Experience Enhancer, which I'm the co-host and co-executive producer of, and join us this Tuesday for a brand new episode of Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. The call-in number is 516-418-5996. We would love for you KAMALA sexuals to call in and tell us why we should even waste our time voting for Kamala Harris Tim Walsh ticket. So yeah, on this part 2 of season 4, episode 21 of Frontline Blacc News, we'll be discussing several things. The first thing is Vivek, or Ramaswamy, or Bad Salami as I call him, checking Cry Me a River, Van Jones, which is utterly hilarious. Then we got sorry, y'all. I'm doing multiple things at the same time. It's called multitasking. Then we got Nation. You gotta go.
My bad. My fault. I did that. I forgot. My fault. Sorry about that.
Nation.
Major disruption.
Chris Cuomo destroys Harris DNC speech on migrant crisis. Great news. Breaking news. RFK Jr. has dropped out the race and has endorsed the dump as in human shit. And we want to make that perfectly clear. And he gets a silent win, which may reveal this about the government censorship. Then we got Coulter. Says Democrats are taking resources from FBA to hand over to migrants. Then we got Democrats are openly discriminating against American citizens with the Biden-Harris migrant crisis. Then we got Black voters employing critical thinking skills with this election have Democratic Shills worried. Great news. And last, certainly not least, can the dump as in human shit. And again, we want to make that perfectly clear. Beat Curry Mala Ain't Black Harris with a Southern Border campaign. So those are the topics tonight, Black family. Thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure y'all like and subscribe to Frontline Blacc News. Let me bring Slim Bigums in the studio. Greeting, Lady Che, otherwise known as Slim Bigums.
Okay, I'm in here though, really. I got like all kind of days, man. Care of the mood I'm in. I'm trying to make Jesse laugh. I've been on mission all afternoon.
Slim Bigums. Twin is in the building. He says Kamala Harris is fully responsible for the migrant influx in America. Yep, you get no argument from me, Twin.
I had to come in the back door like a time burglar.
Oh my God. So I'm gonna hop right into it while we're waiting on Shabaki to get off the strip.
What are you out there doing? Working. You're working. What's he doing? The way Jesse said it was like,
He's in lost wages.
down his where? What is he doing?
He's in lost wages, so I ain't gonna tell him. That's Las Vegas for those that didn't know.
We play dice on the street. What are we doing?
Oh, we might have hit that crap table. I don't know.
Shit, I can't wait till Jay Millie gets here.
So we got Bad Salami, David Ramaswamy confronts Van Jones, Crimea River Van Jones, man to man over disrespect. Ooh. Shout out to Brother Tony for this. Otherwise known.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you all for joining me today. If you haven't already, please make sure you hit the like button, because that's the most important thing you can do for me on this channel. What it does, that helps make sure that those who are subscribed to the channel will indeed get the notifications, and it also helps to push this video through the YouTube algorithm as well. Secondly, if you're new to the channel, or maybe you've been ghost watching this channel for quite some time now, please do me a favor and yourself a favor by hitting the subscribe button as well as the bell notification next to the subscribe button, so you can be notified whenever I release a new video. And lastly, please make sure you share this video out on your social media platforms to your family and friends to inform them on this news and information. And yes, that does help to give me a slight boost in the YouTube algorithm as well. And with the introduction out of the way, let's get into today's news, man. And today we have to get into it. Vivek Ramaswamy ran down on Van Jones. Yes, Vivek ran down on Van Jones to confront Van Jones about some things that Van had to say about him on CNN. And the things that Van Jones said, according to Vivek, resulted into death threats on his family for the first time throughout the entirety of his presidential run, to him dropping out and then endorsing Trump, right? So I want to get into this video right now. I'll play what Van Jones actually said at the end of the video, but I want to get into the confrontation with Vivek and Van Jones first. So let's get into this right now.
He cried.
So we got death threats. We got death threats after the thing you said. So that's Van Jones for you. So on air, I actually don't swear. I did it very intentionally that one time, and I want you to just know about it because I think it's important. So you were on air and you said that he's a demagogue, he's dangerous, he's going to be around for 50 years, long after Donald Trump's gone. And the first time in the campaign, we get a death threat of a man who wants to show up in New Hampshire. Thankfully, the police intervened, got it. The next day, back-to-back days, my wife's scared enough. The next day, we wake up. It's 3 a.m. We get a call from him. He's my security guard saying, "Thank God you picked up, because we just got a call that somebody showed up at your house and has 4 dead bodies." So that's within 48 hours. And I'm not going to attribute that to your comment because whatever it is. But for our family, you know what? Publicly, I didn't do it, but for our family, yeah, it pissed us the heck off.
Remember when he got?
So the reality is, I don't try to engage in rhetoric that gets other people in danger of bodily harm. But I do think that if somebody's going to, even if you didn't intend to provoke that kind of ire on my family, yeah, in that week it landed with me. Now, at the same time, I'm not going to test. Do I want to set a good example for people in this country of what discourse looks like? I do. And in the heat of a presidential campaign, and I've been open about it since I left the campaign as well. My competitive spirits, sometimes stop us from being able to have the level of discourse we want. And I think you were wrongfully pushed out of the White House for your comments around 9/11. Way back when as well. They were misconstrued. Exactly. So what I will tell you is this. Yep. So I just wanted you to know that backdrop. That's my personal song. Don't give anybody else. Okay, well, we don't need to do any of this on air. And you know what we can do is we can turn the page and maybe have a chapter to demonstrate what actually good discourse looks like in this country. And that's not just on you, that's on me as well. Okay, that's on you. Hey, it's classy of you to say so, and I hope we can build a friendship. I really mean that. Please do. Okay? Thank you. Take care.
So there's that right there. Now let's get into what Van Jones actually said about him.
Smug, condescending way.
Rewind it back just a little bit.
In the smug, condescending way that he just spews this poison out. is very, very dangerous because he won't stop Trump, but he's going to outlive Trump by about 50 years. And you're watching the rise of an American demagogue that is a very, very despicable person. And I was shaking listening to him talk because a lot of people don't know that is one step away from Nazi propaganda coming out of his mouth.
Oh, we got Shabaka in the building.
So as you can see here, man, Van Jones is talking about what we see with Vivek Ramaswamy is the rise of a demagogue that's going to outlive Trump by 50 years, and that he spews Nazi rhetoric, right? And something has to be done about it. I'll say this much, right? I'll say this much. You know, as it pertains to Van Jones actually listening to what Vivek had to say, I'm going to give Van Jones a lot of credit for that. And I'm not going to play the Van Jones crying video as I would normally do whenever speaking about Van Jones. Because like we saw happen when Jamal Green ran up on Roland Martin in Chicago. Roland Martin just ran away. Roland Martin didn't want to have any type of conversation with Jamal Green at all whatsoever about his disrespect towards Jamal Green. Roland Martin just left. I mean, in this particular case here, you can argue whether or not the things that Van Jones said actually led to the death threats on Vivek. But I can see how someone myself who's a family man, I'm a father, I'm married, I have a wife, myself as an individual, I'm a very docile person. I'm non-confrontational. I don't want any issues. I don't want any problems. You all know me. I ain't got time to tarry. I ain't got no time to tarry at all. I have zero time to tarry.
Who was that? Dio.
But when it comes to my family,
but he kept saying that,
and particularly when it comes to my son, whoever you think I am,
but he was saying
whatever you think of me, that guy and the perception that you have of me no longer exists. When it comes to my family and particularly my son,
I don't think
that guy is gone, and you're dealing with somebody else completely different now. And
he's right here.
I can't account for what he's going to do or say to you in that moment, right? When it comes to defending your family. And that's just how Vivek felt. He felt like, man, you know, you saying that kind of stuff about me led to these death threats, possibly. Though I don't want to 100% put it on you, it did make me feel away. And Van Jones, who in that moment, when he was initially confronted, we watched the beginning of the video, Van left, right? He walked off.
It never happened to my brother.
But linked back up with Vivek again so that they can actually have the conversation. Right. So, like I said, for Van Jones, as far as he's concerned, I give him all the respect in the world for that, you know, for taking a moment to say, OK, bro, it looks like you're really upset about something. So what is it that you want to tell me? Let's talk. I could have ran away from you. I could have told you peace out. I don't have nothing to say to you. I'm not interested in what you have to say at all whatsoever. But Van didn't do that. Van said, okay, let's chop it up, bro. And he let Vivek get off his chest, the things that he wanted to get off as it pertains to how he feels concerning the things that Van has said about him publicly, right? And then Van Jones, you know, just as a man said, hey, man, listen, let me get your phone number. You know, I'll personally call you and apologize to your wife. You know, and we don't have to do this on air. Vivek stated we don't have to do this on air either. This doesn't have to be some big public thing. You know, just we could have a private conversation and we can chop it up then. And Van Jones is willing to call him personally and even apologize to his wife for whatever distress that may have been caused because of his words. Like I said, at the end of the day, you know, you can go back and forth on whether or not Van Jones is the cause for that. You can go back and forth to whether or not Vivek is overreacting. A lot of people love Vivek Ramaswamy. A lot of people hate Vivek Ramaswamy. A lot of people like Van Jones. And a lot of people like myself like to clown Van Jones. But at the end of the day, this interaction right here between the two of them, you know, in the heat of this election cycle where there's just a lot going on, there's a lot of foolishness, failed assassination attempts, all types of madness, you know, it's good to see some good, healthy discourse and dialogue where things could go left very quickly especially concerning what's going on with Vivek's family, right? And death threats that he feel possibly could have came from Van Jones' rhetoric. It's good to see good, healthy dialogue happen between the two who disagree with each other on pretty much everything, but can come together on this situation here and have a conversation like men. And Van Jones, like a man, takes responsibility for whatever his role may be. Even so much so to the point that he said, hey, man, you know, I'll call you up. I'll even apologize to your wife. My bad if you feel this way or you feel that my rhetoric might have caused some harm to your family. I never would intend to do anything like that. And you know what? You got it. You got it. So I can appreciate this interaction. I think this is a really dope interaction. It's a good thing that happened, and it's a good thing that it was caught on video for everybody to see. So with all that being said, that does it for today's news, man. Please hit the like button on your way out. Subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel.
All right, Shabaka, since you just joined us, what are your thoughts on what you heard?
Like you said, as Vivek, Ramaswamy, and Van Jones, you know. And Van Jones is going up there, you know, crying with that bullshit. And Ramaswamy, off the caste system research that I've done, you know, looks at Jones as an untouchable. And the question is that when are we going to come out of this house nigga syndrome? You see what I'm saying? Say the excuse the expression, that's house niggering. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, because Ramaswamy, you know, stepped up to me. Motherfucker, what you want to talk to me for? And that there is exactly what I tell them. Well, man, we don't need to do nothing. You need to stay the fuck away from me, man. You need to keep your bullshit away from our people. It's because our folks are in a state of emergency.
Right.
And this son of a bitch, man, is not going to do nothing more but fan the flame of the state of emergency. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, so you know, for one of the few times here, you know, in Las Vegas, you know, I went there and donated to their cause, you know, and this is probably about the third time I've been inside one of them places, man, since I've been here for over 2 years now, you know.
You said no jackpot. Did you hit the jackpot tonight?
No jackpot tonight. No, twin, no jackpot tonight, man. You know what I'm saying? But it's strange that all these other motherfuckers, man, around me, man.
Everybody get a little change.
You know?
Like share a little change for you,
conservative people. You know what I'm saying?
For you, twin. The change for you, Mac. The change, just a little change over here. Yeah, everybody enjoy the change. Say you need a little change. Oh, where's your million? You pop in here too. You need a little change.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, and also too, twin. It was for all practice. Okay, twin. It was kind of like an act of desperation to try to.
You were falling out of control like that. That's not her. That's cheap. I say little change. I mean little change. I say wop. We all throw wops around.
Not giving racks out.
No, not special like that to me, y'all. Y'all keep me in the back like a motherfucking goat.
We get them.
No, that's why you get the $50 change up.
We need to
keep fucking around there. You gonna get the $25 change.
We got to get Tave's information so we can get that bread.
That's why we throw it around.
Oh yeah, and join us tomorrow.
You get C-notes and you take out a dancing and shit. Don't that happen?
I'm surprised Shabaka hasn't brought it up yet, but join us tomorrow.
What's that? Haven't brought up what?
Black experience enhanced, cuz.
Shabaka's Black experience enhanced.
It's Tuesday. We need to the Tuesday arguments with Sarge.
Yeah, and that there, you know, will be the okay, Tuesday. Okay, that there is gonna be our swan song for a minute. Yeah, to rebuild. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what we need right there. You know, some dollars to keep it going. You know, so what I did was,
only a few more days, family. A few more days.
Okay, all right. So what I did tonight was an act of desperation to try to save it. It didn't work.
Oh no, Shabaka.
Yeah.
Should have
Yeah,
acted.
you
That's
see.
don't leave it at
Yeah,
that. All right, ladies.
I'm with you on Shabaka though. When the ball hits the ground, sometimes we just gotta do what we gotta do. That's
no,
yeah.
yeah. Because one thing is for sure is that the platform Shabaka Black Experience Enhanced, okay, is gonna touch down. Okay, so so now so basically what we're doing.
The show's on StreamYard.
Yeah. We got that. Don't worry about that.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, we could still do the routine on StreamYard, but it's
I upgraded this for a whole week. We got access.
Okay, but that platform of Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced, you know, is definitely sinking. It's taking on water. So what we're doing is we're getting everybody on lifeboats. Okay, that's what we're doing.
But they could join us on StreamYard. We can still have the same discussions. We just be on StreamYard.
Yeah, fuck them. They need to upgrade anyway. Come on this way.
Yeah, and then what they could do is probably comment on the like page.
Hey, they shut my whole Facebook page down.
They removed the content. Oh, ain't that a bitch?
I can't even access my Facebook.
So then would
they just take my whole Facebook page down? Like I can't access it.
Okay,
at
Instagram.
all.
The hell with you?
Okay, so
great news, I guess.
Okay, so there's a halfway.
To hell with you, Insta scam. So I was streaming on like 6 platforms. Shabaka audience, and one of them was Insta scam, and they just ended the stream.
Yeah. Insta scam, you know what I'm saying? You know, they're full of shit, and I think I had one on TikTok or whatever. You know, they fucked that up. You know what I mean? And then Insta scam. With that, as you know, okay, remember these 3 letters, ladies and gentlemen, coming to you out of Menlo Park, California, FBI. Facebook.
When you make that first album, that was they keep it too real, nigga.
Oh, yeah. How
The
long
first
ago
album
was
with
that,
the
though?
cool shit.
That was like 15 years ago.
Other than that, now you're whole. It's chilling and laughing weird, and you got a weird little laugh.
Yeah, their platforms are all full
of
shit.
Yeah, twin. These platforms are full of shit, twin. You know, that's exactly what it is. But so far, I don't hear KAMALA or any other goddamn legal expert in the state of California talking about where this is a violation of freedom of speech. What they're going to tell you is the same thing with these Democrats. Oh, well, that's free enterprise. Okay. So you put more emphasis on free enterprise than to free speech. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, you say. Okay, let me tell you, what are your thoughts on Vivek Ramaswamy getting confronted by Crimea River Van Jones, man to man over disrespect?
I know.
Look, what these motherfuckers need to do is come out here to Las Vegas. Go to one of these boxing gyms out here.
I'm glad Vivek didn't let him leave. I'm glad Vivek didn't let him leave. I'm disappointed in. I mean, as a man, as a black man, I mean, he really wasn't standing on his shit. He really tried to avoid it. So I'm kind of disappointed in that. I didn't expect much, but I at least expected like, say, you ain't gonna talk to me like that. Hey, you brought a camera crew. Like, you know what I mean? I would have just pointed out the obvious. But he kind of disappointed me at masculinity in motherfucking Van Jones. He traded up to go fucking. He's just weak. Like, just the weakest shit I ever saw. I mean, at least stand on it. At least get a little bass in your voice. I said what I said, and like, you know, shove past him. You know what I mean? Learn how to deal with it. We've been dealing with it forever. You know, shit like that. Like, I mean, you want to act like this or what? And you got a little taste. Tell your bitch to man up. Like, I don't know. I would have did something. I would have said something. I'm expecting, like, I mean, that's just a level of expectation that's stupid. You know what I mean? I looked at it like, that's just stupid. I shouldn't even expect that kind of shit. But he didn't even see. He was just, like, trying to talk to him a little bit and, like, block the camera. That's real hoe shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, No, he definitely wasn't standing on nothing he said. Because he could have been like, look, I said what I said, I can't take it back. You know, I'm not even gonna apologize for it. This is the cost you play when you run for politics. What did you think was gonna happen? So the security called you and whatever. I mean, so what? I mean, you try to be black in America. Anything like that, for real, be black, not melanated, but not as melanated like this, but black.
They just said we got 24 views already.
Black. He's like, no, I was disappointed. I kind of expected it. Maybe take off the glasses and be like, what you gonna do about it? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But I know those are unrealistic, but I was hoping for a surprise. I was hoping. I don't really think nothing of it. Van Jones he's like a crybaby, like a motherfucking old, like an old soft bitch.
Yeah, cry me a river.
Like for real, like I would never say that about a man like that. Like you old soft bitch. Like
every time he talks, you gotta bust out the violin.
Yeah, like
R.I.P. to Elijah McClain, but yeah, you gotta bust out the violin on Van Jones.
Yeah, like you old soft ass old ass bitch. Like man, the fuck, like man, it's Vivek too. Of all things, Vivek goes and try to corner him in the wall. Like, hey, look, I'm trying to talk to you. I'm trying to talk to you. You know what I mean? Exactly.
Yeah, he was, cause that he a Brahmin.
Right.
He don't like niggas. He don't like black people.
Right. This motherfucker was like for real, and they're like, man, you just ready for the submission? God,
I was like, research like Ricky Smiley telling us to do our research. I do our research on goddamn the Brahmin Indian caste system.
So.
What you see as you
back there, you just that close now. Is he even straight? I just gotta wonder anymore. I give up wondering. Let's just say he's not. What about the spectrum?
Van Jones,
Van Jones, you a soft ass, weak ass motherfucker.
Jeff Bezos gave him $100 million for something.
Crybaby ass motherfucker. Thank God you know what he's role model.
It was Jeff Bezos that gave him that $100 million, right?
Okay, yeah. I mean, I'm not even gonna front. I've been poor my whole life. Somebody give me $100 million. I'm probably cry. I'm a girl. I'll probably cry. We rich now. Every get a little change. I'm like from a big watch. Yeah, we all eat good tonight for the first time ever in my life.
Right.
I'm gonna order something. Somebody pick. I don't know what to eat. But we going down, we rich, bitch. We rich, bitch.
Like
you know what I mean? Like, they're going to be straight like that. I'm like, blacks with money, man. Fuck you, white folk. I got money now. Match me, bitch. Throw just $100 bills in their face. Yeah, sit it down. Humble yourself, bitch. We in the house.
Hey, the MD 2020's in the building.
For real.
Salute to MD.
MD, I'm like that. I'm gonna get real.
We should bring MD on.
MD, for real.
Yeah,
somebody threw 100 racks at me, 100,000 racks in for
I'm
no
gonna drop
reason.
the link for you, MD. Are you able to come on?
What did Van Jones do to get the money?
That remains to be
question. You know what he did?
Disclosed.
He had to.
Yeah,
you mean tell me some white man loves? I take that back. Some white man loves Clarence Thomas like that.
Oh my God. Yeah. Harlan Crow.
That's the problem right there.
It's Harlan Crow.
Harlan Crow got
sold out.
Sold out.
Yeah, he do.
Yeah, exactly, twin. Motherfucker sold out.
Oh, Nazi medallion.
Whatever soul he had left, he sold it for $100 million.
Mm-hmm.
Put it back, man, and took it down.
He was really crying behind goddamn sleepy glitching ass Joe.
He probably over there letting him play slave master and shit.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean? That could go down.
Like
real.
that Nigerian on TikTok that would call himself reenacting slavery.
That's terrible shit. It's terrible because they did like that video that Uncle Phil showed us.
Oh God.
They called it use our slave. Like, bitch, you here on the slave fucking invite. How about that?
Right.
Oh, fucking raggedy asshole. Man, Slim Biggins is in the house.
What is it?
The big was over there.
Words have effects.
Okay, but how can you countermand these sellouts?
Watch what you say, Van Jones.
Weak ass motherfucker.
You got Vivek Bassalami's family's life threatened. What did you think was gonna happen?
My wife was scared. Couldn't be me. I mean, I was like, Jesse, he wouldn't even get out the car. He rode up to me, called. He said, no, he said it with the R, like he had it all in his chest.
No niggers allowed.
He's like, no more. And I was like, no more.
That's what they said the whole time.
What do you mean by that?
Hancon effed it up for black politicians,
like,
especially
you
black
pull up
male
to my
politicians.
Oh,
in Carl and Denver.
You pull up to my neighborhood and you won't get out your car.
They be
You
thinking
came all
we
this
all
way.
like him, like hell
You
no.
came all this way.
About to lay it down, he said.
Okay, MD20 said he's laying it down. I'm a message you, Jesse. Need you on the show.
Yeah, I kind of figured you've been
busy
busy.
as hell.
Yeah.
It's good to see you. At least in the chat.
I'm gonna find out you sleeping. No,
You know, he on them highways and byways, eh?
Yeah.
Twin Mac and MD is out on them highways and byways.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they got to get the work in, man, before the winter hits, your brother Chuck.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, moving on, we got Nation's Chris Cuomo. You know, he was related to that degenerate. What is his brother's name?
I don't know, but he ain't that brother.
No, he's related to Andrew Cuomo. You talking about the newscaster Chris Cuomo?
Yeah, that's the one I'm thinking of. Andrew.
Okay,
Cuomo.
but one thing about Chris Cuomo, out of all fairness to him, right? Whatever he did for his brother, man, you can't get mad at him, man, because that's his brother. Okay?
Yes.
Can't get mad at him for that. But the thing that I appreciated about Chris Cuomo, is that I saw him.
He is my keeper. Like, I don't know how it works. Brother, how you say you are my brother's keeper?
Yeah.
But for me?
I am my sister's keeper.
My sister's keeper. Just played excellent butler on the weekend.
All right, so Chris Cuomo destroyed Kamala
That's a
Black
talk back there.
Harris DNC speech on migrant crisis. Great news. Great news. I think Kamala thought she's just gonna ski wee into the White House.
She sure did.
Like, no, boo-boo, you gotta meet with the people. You gotta meet with the press. You have to answer questions.
Sure do.
Because you have no policy.
Right.
And last I checked, which was yesterday, there is no policy still on Kamala Harris' website. So what's really going on?
Nothing. Their team is lacking for real. Like
everybody else that's running for president, including all the independent candidates,
everybody got the
policy.
Homework. They pretended like just jot down something, anything.
All her website says is donate. Meet me. Meet your boss.
Yeah.
Why don't you go get some merch?
Yeah.
And well, how about you? You want to get involved? Okay, yeah, you can get involved.
If Cuervo
donate again.
Cuervo meant she's standing on business about doing nothing. She's still standing on business.
If you put it like that,
yeah.
She
went MIA. She don't do no interviews.
She wasn't gonna do nothing specific for black people. No.
Keep it consistent.
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing business.
Let me remind the audience, just in case y'all got amnesia and y'all forgot, when she was on the grill back in 2019, 2020.
She's talking Charlemagne, right?
So I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm gonna do something that's only gonna benefit black people. No, because
So she's standing on that business.
And she bounced it around too, like she was gonna say something right. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, Billy. Every time I talk about it on the RVA, black people were hungry. Like we were sitting on edge. Like, please, I don't even know why we're here.
At that shit show called a DNC.
Please give us something, anything. Talk about what the fuck we've been talking about all year. Nothing.
That's what.
And I ask you, black people.
That's 8 hours I want back.
Why in the fuck were you there? Like,
8 to 10 hours I would love back.
Why the fuck are we still talking about this shit?
So I can hear hope and joy.
What the fuck is that?
Injustice, but there's no justice. Just shout it out.
Shout out Cornell West.
Oh, freedom. Freedom.
Yeah, but what it is that them motherfuckers is whipping a dead horse.
Oh
they
my
had
God.
a whole abortion
Man,
clinic there,
in that shit
or
a
mobile abortion van or bus.
Sisters, don't you find it interesting? They keep talking about motherfucking IVF.
Oh my God.
And they keep bringing it up like it's a normal thing. Like they weren't talking to us at all. We don't have these kind of problems.
That's
we
for
have
them. They're at minus birth rate.
We have real
and they kept
serious
showing
problems.
all the children too. That shit was really
what kind of message are they sending us? This is a fake outrage. I'm really upset. I really want to know.
A cultic experience.
Baby, why is it not sharing? Did you switch the screen?
It is sharing.
Oh no, but what screen is it on? Okay, there you go. You just put it. I can see your mouse moving now. Okay, great. All right, sorry about that. Yeah, I'm in this.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you all for joining me today. If you haven't already, please make sure you hit the like button because that's the most important thing you do on this channel. What it does, that helps make sure that those who are subscribed to the channel and you get the notifications. And we'll get into today's news. Last night, or I should say the night before last, right? Chris Cuomo completely annihilated Kamala Harris's border control section, or we'll say, of the speech, right? Obviously, Kamala didn't just speak about the border, right? But as it pertains to the part of her speech where she discussed the border, that section of her speech, Cuomo basically just said, throw it in the trash, man. Throw it in the trash. So let's hear what Cuomo had to say real quick. It's only a couple seconds. Then I want to get into some more information surrounding Kamala Harris and Joe Biden's history at the border. But let's hear what Cuomo had to say first.
Yes, Kamala Harris talked about immigration, but excusing the situation of the status quo as being a function of one bill not getting allowed to pass by Trump is not going to be satisfying, not to independent voters, not for people who study the issue.
That is 100% true. Not to independent voters and not to people who study the issue. And if you actually study the issue, and I will even provide you with the study materials, all the links to the articles that I'm going to show are going to be in the description box below. Okay, so I'm going to give you the study materials, but if you actually study the issue, you will see that the migrant crisis was literally created by Biden Harris. They actually created it.
Yeah.
And you can't create it and then tell a lie that this one bipartisan bill, because it didn't pass, there was just absolutely nothing you can do. We all know that's a lie, because after it didn't pass and it got closer to the debate with Joe Biden and Donald Trump, surprise, surprise, all of a sudden Joe Biden had signed an executive order to strengthen the border. But you lied and said you couldn't do anything about it before, right?
No, they didn't lie to us, man.
Let's dial it back a little bit and go back to Biden and Harris, day one of their administration. Well, what did they do day one of their administration? Day one of their administration, as you can see here, it reads, Joe Biden to pause border wall construction and roll back other Trump immigration policies. Okay? And when you study the issue some more, you'll see Biden administration ends Trump era remain in Mexico policy. He ended it. He got rid of it. That was a key Trump era policy that kept illegal immigrants back. Because how Remain in Mexico worked is that, yes, if you want to seek asylum and come up to the border looking for asylum, that's cool. You can do that if you want to, but you're going to wait for your day in court in Mexico. Your day in court will be here in the U.S., but you're going to wait in Mexico. You're not going to wait here. You stay over there, right? And the reality is, none of these people that have come all the way up to the border from wherever country they came from were trying to come all the way up here just to remain in Mexico for their asylum case to be dismissed, and now you're just stuck in Mexico. And now Mexico is telling you, hey, well, you can't stay here either. You got to go back to where you came from. And they're looking at you like, yo, how am I supposed to get back to where I came from? because I was trying to get to the U.S. So that was a key policy that Biden and Harris got rid of. And then after getting rid of it, they reinstated catch and release.
Yeah.
Catch and release is literally the opposite of remain in Mexico. Remain in Mexico is literally just that, remain in Mexico. Catch and release essentially is remain in the U.S., meaning you can come here and seek asylum and you can stay and wait for your day in court here in the U.S. That's what literally created the migrant crisis. Reversing remain in Mexico and implementing catch and release and putting that into play. Where as long as you get here, no matter how you get here, regardless of the fact that you crossed the border illegally, you can have your day in court while you wait in a 5-star hotel in New York City or in Chicago or in Denver or in Washington, D.C. Or in Los Angeles or in Atlanta as well, and any other city that's allowing this to go down in, right? And then you also have to take into account that on day one, President Biden put in place a deportation moratorium, halting all deportations in the United States. Late in the 2020 Democratic primary, Joe Biden, along with several other candidates, vowed to implement a temporary moratorium on deportations of undocumented individuals if elected. And true to his word, he directed a moratorium on his first day in office, alongside a suite of other changes in immigration policy, those other changes being, okay? So they literally created this mess. And you know what Kamala Harris's solution is to all this? Here's Kamala's solution to all this. She said what her solution was to all this in a CNN interview, I believe it was earlier this year.
A bipartisan approach.
Let me wind it back just a little bit. And she's going to talk about this bipartisan bill, this nonsense bipartisan bill that they didn't even need once again. But listen to her solution to the migrant crisis. Listen to her solution.
We should have a bipartisan approach to fixing this problem, which is a long-standing problem.
But what are those solutions?
The solution includes putting resources at the border to do what we can to process people effectively and putting in place laws that actually allow for a meaningful pathway to citizenship.
She literally just stated what we need to do to stop the migrant crisis is to fund border agents so that they could and then implement a pathway to citizenship for them, meaning a mass amnesty bill. That's literally her solution, is literally what she said. My solution, according to Kamala Harris, is to process illegal immigrants faster and give them amnesty so that they can become citizens.
Jesus Christ. These numbers don't matter.
I'm done. I don't know what else is there to say, man. Unless you just love illegal immigration and you think illegal immigration and these cities being overwhelmed is a good thing, then I guess go ahead and vote for Harris.
I see nothing but.
But if you want an end to this, you all know what you got to do. Just like what I'm about to do on November. Let's vote for Trump. But I mean, by all means, you do you, I guess. And with all that being said, that does it for today's video. So please hit the like button on your way out. Subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel. Share this video out on your social media platform. And also don't forget to follow me on Telegram and Rumble. Both my Telegram and Rumble links are in the description box below. Thank you all for your time. Until the next video, peace and have a great afternoon.
Tonight. Hey man, I got a question about this dude, man, who just went off.
Go ahead.
Yeah, does he know who we are and that we share his content? Is he aware that we share his content?
He's aware that we tune into his lives. I don't know if he's aware that we're sharing his content, but he knows about us.
Okay. Yeah, well, it'll be nice. It would be nice to mention it to him, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, maybe he could reciprocate a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, he has, in a sense, reciprocated, because There's this thing called Discord, and we share videos on there. When I was able to access it on my tablet, I haven't been able to access it on my tablet. But prior to my tablet being inaccessible, I was able to share videos about what's happening here in Denver. So yeah, they're definitely aware of us.
Okay. All righty. Okay. So this is all part of the shadow band. You know what I'm saying? And I think I typed up a show, Brother Che, for
tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay. What's today? Today is Monday, right?
Yeah.
Boy, I'm so fucking tired, man. I don't even know what damn day of the week it is. Shit. Okay. All right. Okay. All right.
Today about to be Tuesday.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Okay. So, what are your thoughts on Chris Cuomo destroying Kamala Harris's DNC speech on the migrant?
Okay, well, I agree with Chris Cuomo because, like I said, this is not the first time that Mr. Cuomo, in the years that I've been watching him, has pretty much told people in the public about people that they're full of shit. Just like he had some house nigga ass coon on his show about 2.5 years ago, maybe 3. And this brain dead ass scratchers coming up here with some mealy mouth bullshit. And of course, Cuomo simply told him, man, what you saying is bullshit, word for word.
Right.
And what the motherfucker was saying was bullshit. You know what I mean? So I ain't mad at Chris Cuomo for that. And as far as they said, well, Chris Cuomo did some stories about the governor of New York, Andrew Cuomo. First place, that's his brother. Okay? I mean, so what the fuck was to be expected?
Right.
You know, I mean, that's his brother. You cannot fault him for that.
Well, they call that nepotism. They consider that's nepotism. When you're in political...
Sir. That city, of which they held that circus called the DNC, was built.
The city.
Yeah, was built on nepotism, sir.
Oh, yeah.
It was built on nepotism.
Oh, yeah. And cronyism.
Yeah, all that. After all, it was the home of Al Capone for many years.
But
you know, they got
that, it was founded by a black man. By the name
Well, see, another thing too. I'm glad you brought that point up there, too, Brother Chase. So that day even furthers our point even more of how when our people contribute, to the development of the U.S., they just spit in our faces. You know what I'm saying? You pay your money on the front door, get off the bus, and go get on the back door, and then. And it was quite common from the time you made it to the front door to the back door, the damn bus will go off and leave your ass. I mean, you see the analogy? Just like with Ramaswamy. You people don't deserve reparations. Motherfucker, how do you know what we deserve? And your ass is, and if I'm saying it correctly, that he's a fucking tether.
Yes, he's a tether anchor baby, just like Kamala.
Yeah. See, so, yeah, exactly. And then they talking about Kamala worked at McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? And,
Oakland, really? In Oakland.
Okay. Yeah. Hold it. Kamala was working in Oakland as McDonald's, paying her way through school, right? Right?
Yeah, when she came back from Canada.
Okay. Hold it. Now, there's 3 things.
A lot of her childhood in Canada. She done spent a lot of her childhood and the developmental years in California. She was in Canada.
Okay. All right. Now, 3 things.
She came back to the States until she went to college. And she called herself becoming the AKA.
Okay. Now, hold on. There's 3 things that Oakland, California is known for. Pimping, prostitution, and the Black Panthers.
Yep.
Connect the dots. You tell me.
It's the Barbary Coast.
Hey, it's only 8 miles away when you go west. You know what I'm saying? And believe me, and you got some barbarous motherfuckers there in the city of San Francisco. You know what I mean?
It's
Some
wild.
barbarous
The
bastard.
whole bay is wild.
Oh yeah, all the way back from the gold rush, motherfuckers getting Shanghai. You know, walk into a bar, get drunk, trap door opens up, motherfucker bashes you in the head, and you waking up in the middle of Frisco Bay on a slow boat to China. And keep in mind, they didn't have no Golden Gate Bridge or Bay Bridge back at that time. You know what I mean?
This is a big ass sand dune.
Yeah, I mean, so what the fuck you gonna do, man? You're gonna jump overboard and try to swim?
The city on a sand dune, y'all. San Francisco is big for the sand dune.
Yeah, and I think that and I believe our sister in Denver had mentioned about the Ohlone, that Oakland was built on.
Yeah, the Ohlone Indians,
Yeah, because they got a place called near Oakland called Ohlone College.
They really as they're as dark as us. I actually run into a couple out here, as a matter of fact. They're very melanated.
Okay. And
almost
sister
like
was
Indian melanated, but all skin folk ain't kid folk. And them people from India, they are not our people. Them people are
no, sir, they're not.
They were colonized as well by the British, so they have serious anti-black hatred. But the irony in it is their gods that they worship in Hinduism are black.
Yeah, but what it is, but what it is though is that they hate us so much, but yet though they want to
see
like
us. I see a whole video of this motherfucker saying he was a nigga and all this shit from East India.
And he said that he was a nigga.
Yeah, he was rapping in a song talking about he was a nigga and all this shit. Talking about he was a real nigga and some other shit.
Yeah, well, I hope he got chin checked.
I would hope he got chin checked too, but he's in India, so ain't no telling. He looked like he could have been like a step above the Dravidians or the Dalits.
Okay, which was the class up above the Untouchables, right?
No, the Dalits. Oh yeah, he looked like he could have been a class above the Dalits.
Okay, all right.
They call them the Dalits now, but they're the Untouchables or the Dravidians.
Okay, because it's been over 40 years since I was in college, brother.
And they are obsidian black, and they're treated horrifically.
Okay. And then, and as I was losing, some of my
KAMALA, Vivek, a lot of the ones they allow over here, they're either Brahmin or the class below Brahmin.
Okay. All righty. Okay, so what this is?
There's a caste within the Brahmin class. So I said, much like Ricky Smiley and other Democratic Shills telling us to do our research. No, y'all need to do y'all research on that Indian caste system. And quite as there is a caste system right here in the good old U.S. of A. So, yeah.
And then
for exposing this fraud of a selection with KAMALA ain't got no policy and think she gonna dodge the media.
Well,
she gonna have show up at a rally or two, and that's all you're gonna have to do. No, you're gonna have to have press conferences. You're gonna have to answer questions from the press. You're gonna have to defend your policy. Currently, you have no policy, and you have to separate.
Yeah, that would be my first question to her. Is what policies are you trying to implement, ma'am?
The same shit that Sleepy Jim Crow. Why do you think Sleepy Jim Crow gave it to her? And she didn't even get voted in. They keep talking about democracy. This whole process was not democratic. She didn't even get voted in the primary. How are you the nominee, but you weren't even a candidate in the primary?
Okay, sir. She's from California. And one of the institutions that California had that you wouldn't miss me do the live video from out of Southern California in a certain place.
Why I said,
that they repeat, they are the masters, repeat, masters, repeat, masters of illusion. Once again, illusion, okay? Illusion. And as is properly said, the illusion of inclusion.
And that's exactly
what I'm saying. Connect the dots.
Because at the end of the day, our vote don't really matter at the presidential level because it's electoral college that decides the president, not the popular vote.
Exactly. And
No,
I think, Brother Che, that some states do have it as that their electors from said state must vote or give their electoral votes of the winner of that state. But I don't think California has that. And California carries the majority of the electoral votes. You see?
It's very hot.
Okay. And then out here in this desert.
Set shit on fire.
Okay. And it's a pleasant 80 degrees right about now here. You know what I'm saying?
Pleasant 73 here.
So we're about at the same, you know, it was greatly needed, you know, and then of course, and I don't know, man, what the hell is with the Nevada Highway Patrol, right? But every fucking night, man, they shut down.
Yeah.
They shut down Interstate 15.
That was the only 3 that was left.
What you mean? Oh, the rest of it?
He must have, because he said he had tried them buns. Pitos.
Oh, what?
Lady Che wants to have a midnight snack. Like it's just.
I ain't ate yet.
Lady Che, before you eat, what are your thoughts on Cuomo?
Oh man, that was the realest shit ever. You see it happening no more. He's done. That was him just crashing out like, look here, this is what's going on. Turn the camera. That was the greatest shit ever. He's like Fox. He's like News Nation in a cheap network.
Yeah. Yeah, he's on News Nation now.
Because I showed it earlier, so that it was like more authentic than the real thing. I was in the restroom, like, well, this is happening. So, I should have said clip earlier. That shit was great. I was like, yeah, that shit was great. I know. I think I saw that status cool. Yeah. That shit was great.
Here we got Vote Wisely. KAMALA graduated from Hastings College of Law. The law school is ranked 82nd out of 196 law schools. She took her bar exam and failed. She failed the exam, and she never had any of her business. You learn something new every day. Well, yeah, I know she wasn't too bright. What are your thoughts on what this Vote Wisely just said, Shabaka?
Okay, well, I have to agree with Vote Wisely. Never had her own employees ever. In 2017 to 2021, she served in the California Senate. Fact. During those 4 years, she worked on 164 pieces of legislation. Not one of them ever became the law. That sounds about right. Vote Wisely in California. Vote Wisely. Where are you based out of? Okay, sounds like her job approval rating was 8%. And what makes it worse, she is a liberal governing in a liberal state, and she was still 0 for 164. So during those 4 years, she accomplished nothing. Vote Wisely. You would get no argument for me. As vice president, she had a record of the lowest approval rate ever in the history of this country. 28%.
Like, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, Vote Wisely. I mean, vote wisely. Now, vote wisely. Please listen to me when I tell you this. If I was to argue with the facts that you have presented, then I would be nothing more than a goddamn fool. And I'm not that stupid. So I recognize Vote Wisely.
I love that.
But a lot of people are going to vote for KAMALA by default. You see what I'm saying? Can't have the orange motherfucker in there, which is a fact. And like I said, and I really wish
2020. They running the same place.
Okay,
They're
and
running the
then
same place, Shabaka.
That's Democratic.
oh yeah, now okay, RFK's endorsement of the dump is conversely a rejection of Kamala Harris.
Yeah.
The Kennedy family has been staunchly Democrat for 100 plus years. RFK decision speaks volumes. Trump RFK 2024, he's right. Okay, now another thing here is that I'm looking at vote Trump 2024 for low prices on everything, lower taxes, no high inflation, good economy, no war, no tax on SSI benefits for seniors, Detroit, USA manufacturing, Trump reciprocal trade act. Okay, well, vote wisely. Okay, vote Trump. Alaska gets pipeline, jobs back to Detroit, USA manufacturing. Okay, vote wisely. There is no way in hell, man.
Save the USA. Okay. You talking about the country? What are you talking about?
Okay, vote wisely. You talking about save the Union of South Africa?
About saving anything except for
gasoline was $8 at one point. Yeah, that's in the state of California.
That's in California.
That's why I got those. That's one of the main fucking reasons I got out of California.
Remember so I can drop videos.
When the scandemic pandemic began, yeah.
Oh, and by the way, too, on the other pandemic coming up, man, the monkeypox, right? They're saying it's growing exponentially, man, in Central Africa. And then the thing is that you have to look at anytime you get around the equator, it is a Garden of Eden, meaning is that anything that's biological is going to grow. All right, some more planet shit. You see what I'm saying?
I really do.
Okay, some more planet shit to kill off the population. So therefore, the Europeans will have less resistance of them going in there, stealing the silicon, the bauxite, the titanium, the gold, the diamonds. You know what I'm saying? Okay, vote wisely. I appreciate you listening to me. Okay, you open for, okay, vote wisely. I'm not stating opinions. I am stating facts. He says he would like to have a civil conversation. Okay, vote wisely. All right, let's have a civil conversation. Thanks for speaking with me.
But we're Team Cornell West over here. Or the couch.
Wait. Vote wisely. If you black, you come up on the panel.
Okay, now vote wisely says he just wants best for the country. What's best for the country, vote wisely, is to kick out the damn, they kick out the reparations for those who were enslaved on this land. You see what I mean?
Yeah, okay. You get an argument there, vote wisely.
Okay, but vote wisely. You got to kick out the reparations. So therefore, black businesses become self-sufficient, dealing with black folks. You see what I'm saying? And what will probably wind up happening in the long run, vote wisely, you will have a whole lot of OTBs, quote unquote, get these black jobs.
No, that's not. If you're black, we're 6, 5.
Is that still Howard? Vote wisely.
And he's got a sign up there saying, "Kamala, you're fired." Okay. Hey, vote wisely. You
vote wisely. Come on up, brother. You the next contestant on the Front Line Blacc News.
Come on up, brother.
Shoot him the StreamYard link. Let him join the conversation. Let's hear what he got to say or she got to say. Okay. Yeah, click that link there. Vote wisely.
Howard. Hey, you white, you come up here, man. We'll kick you off.
No trolls, no caucasoids.
No caucasoids. It's a black platform. The only thing, the lightest thing up here is me. The second to lightest will be my lawyer, Mr. Seth Courtney.
No, it's twins.
Okay, Lady Che.
It'd be twinsy then.
I invoked my attorney, Shabaka Corey Esquire, to handle all my light affairs. All my life.
Okay, lady say
he is
He's
a
black.
black
Black
indigenous.
as hell.
who's a diasporic African?
He was black as hell. He just
Yeah,
had all
that's
my
what
life.
you're a black indigenous.
I define myself as a diasporic African, but as I stated, Brother Perez,
I can hear you. I'm on the
Okay.
phone and my brother message. Okay, I think that's him.
I said,
okay. Can I message you? I can hear you. I'm on my phone and would rather message. Okay,
Okay.
well, what you could do, vote wisely. You could still keep texting like you're doing now. You know what I mean? You know, to get, you know, what your thoughts is out there. You see what I'm saying? Okay, now, when the reason why I have the position that I do, you have to understand that I was a child in the 1960s. Okay, I came up through the 70s and 80s. Okay, and then in the nightmarish 1990s. Okay, the last decade of the 20th century and the early years of the 21st century, I've just seen this shit flip in a way that you wouldn't believe. I vote wisely. Okay.
Finish your thoughts, Shabak, and then I'm gonna move to the next topic.
Yeah, Shabaka.
Shabaka
Cornell West said she ain't shit.
Shabaka?
She ain't never been shit. She ain't gonna be shit.
Oh,
he didn't say it like that, but I you know, I translated it for you. That's basically what he said.
Oh, they said they have never cared about politics previous to this year. Okay.
Right, but why?
This is the first year I'm researching. I'm 21. Oh, snap.
Oh, young.
Young brother in the house.
Yeah, brother.
I think so.
Please say you black, cuz you young man, young brother.
Young black man, yes.
Yeah? Yes, well, we pray that you black.
Are you a young black man by chance?
Pray you black. Well, rolling the dice. I've always been a black.
Please type it in the comments. Shabaka went on mute, so I'm gonna move to the next topic, and that is RFK Jr.
Sell out.
Silence.
Sell out.
When may reveal this about the government censorship. Ooh. So this is from our boy Rob.
Oh, was it? His whole family mad at him.
Like Revelations.
Oh, we gonna get on that. We gonna get on that. But you just asked my question, brother.
It's through the roof.
Or is you a young Caucasian?
No, he said he's white.
He is white?
Yep, he said no.
Oh, so he's a young Caucasian. What are you doing over here, sir?
He's seen that we don't support KAMALA, so I guess we got in the algorithm about that. And here he is. Okay.
And here he is. No wonder you're good job for not joining the panel. You would have got kicked off.
Right. But yeah, this is a Black First platform.
Black First platform, but that's all right. You're already in here. You've already given up 30 minutes of your time. So.
And you don't seem to be trolling. You seem to be asking some real live questions.
Yeah. We got motherfuckers in the chat that'll boot you right the fuck out.
She is white.
That's all right.
Okay, now vote wisely. Now let me ask you a question.
He's being pleasant.
Okay. How do you feel about
the representation?
Yeah, stall him out, Debo. He's being pleasant. Let's not press him too much. You know, he's a young Caucasian.
What's your thoughts on the economy and the prices of stuff? Okay, vote wisely. My answer to that is that Black people need to control their own macroeconomics.
Hold on, y'all can't talk at the same time. Go ahead, Shabaki.
Okay, vote wisely. My thought is on the economy and the prices of stuff, okay, is that Black people need to control their own macroeconomics and their own microeconomics, okay?
We need our reparations.
And that's what the reparations money is for. Now, I don't know how you feel on reparations. Give me your opinion on reparations. Okay, we understand you're white. Okay, we understand that. Okay, all right, he probably pulled out. Okay.
No, he's still here.
He's still there.
Okay, but I'm asking him to respond on the reparations issue.
Yeah, where do you stand on reparations for foundational Black Americans, descendants of American child slavery, formerly known as African Americans, Black Americans?
Color.
That's going way back, Lady J. Jesus.
Yeah. Well, she's right. It is going way back because you forget, Brother Che. I came up in the era where we was calling ourselves colored as opposed to black. See, so you had the civil rights era. Okay, and then you had the Black empowerment era, and the Black empowerment era is what they tried to erase from the educational curriculum. You see?
That people of color shit to me is a fancy way of calling us.
We're people of culture.
Right,
yeah, with that.
They just don't want to call us that. They don't want to call it niggers.
Okay,
no, they couldn't pronounce the naggers right.
Right.
Okay, but as I stated, and will continue to the end of my demise, when I check out, as I had stated, take what is useful, leave what is useless.
Are you suggesting
I'm a Black man in America? Are you suggesting a different currency and using it as a community?
No. All right. We gotta explain to you what we're talking about.
Okay. Okay, now this.
But you're right.
Okay,
It's okay. It's all right. Somebody, I want to explain to him. No, you say, Jesse. No, he's a young man.
That's not what we're suggesting. We're suggesting that the U.S. government pay us what they rightfully owe us.
Right. So, but you got to explain to him real quick. Just brief summary what reparations is.
Repairing harm that has been done.
Right. That's as far as you get on the study.
I don't fully understand what you're saying. Okay,
but
why?
That's okay. That's because your skin won't allow you to.
Okay, so this country was built off of the labor.
Okay, if I may. Okay, what I'm trying to do here. Okay, please hear me out, Lady Che and Brother Che. What I'm trying to do here, okay, is use the example of only one man that I know through history, one Black man that I know through history, who is a bridge between Black militancy and White conservatism.
The X-Men said.
Okay.
What you mean? They pay and
make it so simple a 5-year-old can understand.
Right. And that'd be the quickest study ever. It would not take much.
He said he's 21 and he's never voted.
Oh, perfect. All right.
And you're in California. What state are you in? Vote wisely.
Mm-hmm. This is how we talking. We talking to all like you, like, oh.
I remember those times.
I remember those young days where you just try to get all the knowledge you can.
When I was 21, I voted. Unfortunately, it was for old Sambo.
Oh, I don't know what.
Vote wisely.
Yes, I've been voting since I was.
Okay, you guys vote. Okay, vote wisely. Okay, vote wisely.
Since 2005,
I voted in every election from the year 1980 to 2008. Okay, rather if it was a national election,
he stopped voting,
citywide election, countywide election, or statewide election.
I've been voting for 12 years.
I don't think I voted when you're 21.
And I'm a candidate for office too, though, wisely. Maybe tomorrow or some I'll hop in a call with you guys, but today
he can call into
the show tomorrow.
Yeah, have him call into Shabaka's Black Experience in Hand. And the number to call is 516-418-5996. Okay, now, what state are you in, Vote Wisely, or what time zone are you in?
He's in Cali, I think.
Okay, then it'll be 6 p.m. in the Pacific for
him. But I would say this. The more you know.
Right.
The more you know. You can make better informed decisions. What we're talking about here is the arrogance of them ignoring the black plight, which is another thing. Look that word up, plight. it's a serious situation, but you're young right now, and unfortunately, you're surrounded by a lot of programming, which is a privilege that your skin provides you. Whereas in the opposite, the word for us is we were told the whitewashed versions of everything and cheated out of all of it. Education, all 9 areas of human activity. So that's education, law, politics, religion, war.
Economics,
sex or anything like that.
economics, education, politics, religion, sex and war.
I
think you named all.
Yeah.
Entertainment.
We cover all of them.
Yeah, I think you said labor.
Labor.
You said law.
So in all 9 areas of human activity, which is a global thing, prisoners of war, victims of racial white supremacy, that cheated out everything. Stolen from every sense of the word, from invention to we're talking about. It starts off with some were stolen from different lands. Some were stolen from different lands. Some were stolen from their own land and moved to different areas of their land
and reclassified as something else.
In their own land, So, lied to, cheated out of education, economics. Economics is the big thing. That's the biggest thing, because you have those that were brought here and those that were here
that were already
enslaved to produce economics for another race, another group of people,
another nation.
Well, it's not so much producing economics for another race, Lady Che. It is contributing to the economics of the oppressor and taking away from our own economics.
Correct. And it continuously happens even to this day with the prison, school to prison pipeline, all sorts of things.
But who are the main ones who are the victims of this prison pipeline from school to prison?
Our FBA, Foundation of Black Americans.
Our people.
Which I define as diasporic Africans. Okay, right. Which I, for my generation, will describe as diasporic.
It don't matter.
You don't even look like a diasporic African. No offense about it, but you look like an Aboriginal.
Sir, I will continue to state of my experience in Starbucks, man, over there at the Payfair BART station. I asked this if he was Kalani.
There
was a lot of Aboriginals in Alabama. Many other towns, the lakes, all of that stuff, the rivers were named after
Sir, we have circumnavigated the globe that I agree with you on prior to that drunken, stinking, nasty ass, rat smelling bastard Columbus did. He was a drunk. Okay, he went west. No, I'm sorry, he went west when he thought he was going east.
I'm ready to throw cheese.
And this is why when the police he's on the West Coast. Okay, it will be 6 p.m. Their time. But keep in mind, though,
black people have been systemically.
Well, you wouldn't have been able to vote.
Yeah.
3 years ago.
Okay. No, you got to be one to vote.
In California.
Right? Should be everywhere.
It's 18 in Colorado. I guess it depends on the state.
In California, you got to be 18 years of age to vote.
Look at the rules, because it wasn't always 18.
It was 18 when I was 18.
It wasn't always 18. What?
I was 18 in 2005.
Oh shit, man! I'm not knowing. Well, Wiley, I didn't vote. Why would I go front? I've been outside.
I was 21 in 2008.
I kind of felt like they were going to do shit for us anyway. You know,
Sambo got the nomination.
Shit, in 2008, man, I was damn near 50 years old, man. Shit.
So let's keep that energy.
Right.
You're interested in finding out.
Okay.
I know what you guys are saying, politics in schools and colleges,
Yeah. Right. But if you look at a school School pictures.
Yeah,
look at
this
the
is native land.
Yeah,
correct.
yeah. If you look at the school pictures, look at the bus. It looked just like a prison bus. You look at the cafeteria, it
But
look
what
like
they're not
prison
telling you
cafeteria.
is
You look at the halls, it look like
a
pods.
lot of those natives look like us.
Exactly. What it's all misclassification, but we as natives to the land or motherfucking excuse me,
This land
from
mass,
this soil,
this
we can
continent.
recognize each other
Yeah.
within reason. You know what I mean?
He said, I'm currently on indigenous land right now. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what they say.
Especially if you're in California, my state has
Yeah.
tons and tons of cities and towns that used to be natives in the nations, or the names of the cities and towns are often times native. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, you're saying exactly what I was just saying about Alabama. Normally, I'd say.
Oh, no, I understand. We understand.
Because it's a live stream. Okay. Gotcha.
We understand. We get it. We get it. Yeah. No, real shit. We understand. I mean, at that age, like 21 years old, you know,
Ignorance
we just let's keep this energy that you want to learn, because at the end of the day, you know, you can learn from the mistakes of your ancestors
and not repeat them.
You could definitely not repeat them. You know, and you could definitely figure, you know, find out where you stand on certain political aspirations or certain political ideations. Excuse me. You could definitely.
I'm just trying to get on the vote at this point. Are you registered to vote?
You always stay independent too. And just keep in mind, you ain't gotta vote. They don't gotta vote. Nobody has to vote, especially if something's like wrong. If it don't make economic sense, if it's not tangible for you, why do it?
Because you get pressure.
Yeah. But I mean, even it doesn't matter if he's a young Caucasian in the making, Caucasian in the making. Excuse me, I apologize. Young Caucasian in the making. It's the best. It should always be tangible,
right?
No matter what, you know what I mean. It should always be tangible. Although that is just, you know, we're in our version of things, we're looking for tangibles that we have seen none of, very little of, if that ever. I'm gonna go say none of.
You ain't seen a tangible.
Not a motherfucking tangible in sight.
1964.
That's a long time for a tangible. You know what I mean? It's like the whisper of a tangible in the air.
Symbolism ever since.
Yeah. So we are demanding tangibles right now.
Right.
We don't care right now about the other races and what is ethno races? Is that what they call it?
Ethno groups.
Ethno groups and things like that.
Ethnic groups.
We could care less right now what they're asking for, what they're talking about, because we've been writing for all of them for years and decades, generations, and none of them have had FBA or black folk from the soil, from this soil anyway. They're back for real at all, not even a little bit. It's all fun and games at the end of the day. You only really use us for our numerical value,
and then abandon us in our time of need.
Tangibles.
Yeah, so that's not the one I was
looking
for.
Shout out.
Okay, here it is.
Yeah, so we're thankful that at least you want to learn about voting systems. Because right now you're young and you're seeing it from the bottom. You're seeing it from like, oh my God. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't know what young Caucasians think about this political system, because it's not an interest to me, but I do know that what our young black children are thinking, and they're not feeling it. And if they have anybody with any kind of sense to lead them in a direction, they should never go to this route, to the Democrat route. At least not for another fucking what?
They're not feeling
16
it.
years, 8 years.
When it comes to voting, that's the only thing they focus on.
Yeah.
When you should focus on what's happening at your local and state level.
Right. And the policies and that.
That's what affects your day to day, not the president.
Right. That's exactly right. You gotta get involved in that. That changed my whole life, young man. That changed my whole life. The local and state level politics.
Yeah. Same here.
I didn't really give a fuck. I was outside, so I didn't really care. But then when I started to really look at it, because
I was a
my mate
young
was running.
whippersnapper like yourself.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god.
I was in college too.
I was disgusted, and I immediately wanted to take care of our people, black people, and that's like the mission for me. No matter what happens, I'm a separatist. Yes, so I will separate myself.
We're dealing with black nationalists.
From
Not
that,
to be
I will
confused
deal
with white nationalists.
Yeah, it's a complete difference. But I will separate myself from that.
No, but as you said, Brother Chase,
I'll respect them.
you know, the tethers need to get on that platform too, is because the tethers, just like you showed in that video,
wants to learn. Said no, I'm not voting.
I don't blame them. Will you guys be voting for a president?
I'm voting for Cornell or the couch.
It's Cornell West or the couch. The reason we are going with Cornell West is because we well, just go ahead and explain the we part. I had to convince them though.
The we part is my party has endorsed
I had to convince them.
Cornel West, Dr. Cornel West for president.
Yeah.
I have my own party here in
Cornell West to shreds on Phil Donahue.
I'm an independent of over 10 years. Yeah.
Hold on, Shabaka. I had to convince the whole crew.
Say that again.
I had to convince the whole crew.
Okay.
And I said, and I don't think I said it today. I said, and I don't think Shabaka is completely sold on the idea either.
Hold on, what idea is that, lady?
I said that today, Shabaka. I said that today about you. I was like,
sold on what idea, Lady Che?
About Cornell West. I said, I don't think. I had to convince everybody about Cornell West, and I said, I don't think Shabaka is completely sold on the idea yet.
No, because I watched Sister Soldier cut him to shreds on Phil Donahue. Sister Soldier cut him to shreds, and you know,
goddamn policy. He got policy specifically for us.
He do it. He got
exactly.
They sell out.
Okay, and then to the person who's
Shabaka, basically in black ways, he said Kamala ain't shit. She ain't never shit. She was never shit, and gonna be shit, and continuously is shit.
Well, basically, what you voted for, Lady Che, is a lesser of two evils.
For your black ears.
He said the dump is a crook.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the dump is a damn crook, and I really wish that the city of Las Vegas would take the wrecking ball and bounce it off that damn dump tower that they got here.
No.
Okay, vote wisely. No, it's frivolous, man. I mean, I've done this bullshit for damn near 50 years. I can't do it no more.
No, it's a selection.
Yes.
Yes, affirmative. Yes. Independent, yes.
The reason is because they didn't give you an option. They were your two options. The other options, such as like third party, libertarians, things like that, those options, they're not privy to us. They try to hide those options. Mm-hmm. So we're in a state like we are, me and Jesse are in Colorado. Mm-hmm. And Colorado is moving around democratically, and they try to get Trump off the thing here.
Yeah, they tried.
Kick him off. They were first try. It didn't really work too well.
He said he's independent too.
Yes.
Okay,
and so with the Cornell,
he doesn't vote that he's independent.
They give us no option. They forced Biden out, and then they didn't even let. They know there was no voting for her to get the nomination.
No,
nobody liked the broad.
Sleepy Jim Crow got 14 million votes.
Yeah, nobody liked her. And just keep in mind, only like a month ago, she was like the most hated motherfucking vice president ever.
Yeah, he knows that. He's the one who put that information in the chat. Remember?
Yeah, everything he said about her, absolutely correct. In fact, it made it worse for me because I was like, damn, they put the dumb kid through school.
No
all the way. He has to go.
Yeah, he said he's been doing his research on politics.
He's been researching politics. Vote wisely. Okay, vote wisely. Research this political organization called the Black Panther Party and get back with it.
For self-defense.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the reason I choose him is because he was talking to everybody, especially with the Palestine shit. I don't really give a fuck about that, right? Because I don't know. It's not for me. I'm more worried about the money going over there. That's more my thing. And that every time something happens, white folk, Jewish folk, everybody always got to come and give us this half-baked motherfucking MLK speeches with that they butcher, and they always say certain words, bro, just to promote their bullshit.
They won't
and
promote
step
that
all
speech
over.
when he said, "We coming to Washington to get our check."
Right. And then they step all over black people just to get what the fuck they want.
It's never a wrong time for justice.
Yeah.
And then, as Martin Luther King had said, is that they sent us a check return that said insufficient funds.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You guys do not agree with Kamala. Is that correct? That's an affirmative. No, I do not agree with Kamala.
We didn't agree with her.
Kamala is dangerous.
Oh, yeah, man, we don't like her.
Anytime that you got an attorney general that refuses to prosecute 2 cases of murder from the San Francisco Police Department to the Los Angeles Police Department, that is a problem.
She did nothing to help black people. In fact, she locked black people up.
She locked black people up.
Exactly.
She hasn't done anything. Really, I mean, if you're looking for...
And kept them past their sentences to fight wildfires in California.
Yeah,
she tried to arrest an innocent man. She arrested people on trumped up charges. Bogus charges.
Yeah, vote wisely. She tried to arrest an innocent man from what I've learned.
You're doing good research.
Okay. Vote wisely. Have you ever been to San Francisco or Oakland?
You're doing qualitative research.
Man, that's the best part, because you find out, like, man, when I've been learning too, I'm always learning, right? I learn too, and I'm like, man, I don't like this shit. I don't like this at all.
Okay, so research.
They want you with whatever they're promoting, and whatever media you're watching, the media is just very they have their teams, you know. What would you say, Jesse? Fox News what?
Fox News.
No, it's not for that. Is it Republican? Republican, right?
Yes, it's right wing.
Yeah.
Republicans is right, Democrats is left.
Right.
Independents and centrists is in the middle.
Right. But what is Fox News? Right?
White ring propaganda.
Yeah, but I mean it's basically geared towards Republicans, right?
Yes.
So then you got the MSNBC.
DNC.
All right, Shabaka, we see you.
You gotta go?
But Shabaka, I'm so scared about using my own data. I used my own data the other day at Jesse's house, and I was like, I don't know how Shabaka does it.
Yeah.
I'm freaking out every 2 minutes. I'm like,
he gonna miss RFK dropping out on what his case has to be.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I got ideas.
Okay, is because, like I said, I have to conserve the data because I got a conference call this coming up Friday, right? Okay. And it's something involved positive.
Go through 100 gigs.
You don't know that, man. I was counting gigs like I don't even know if I was counting gigs. I was just getting scared. Every minute passed, it's like 100 Mississippi, like 1 Mississippi. I was like, how many gigs is that?
When my phone was on,
I can't talk about brother in the phone where
30 gigs to get me through the whole
scared
month.
About gigs. I don't even know what that means. I'm like,
I
use the hotspot.
Okay, but what it is though, brother Chaz, at the hotspot, also I got the phone on it as well too. That contributes it to burning it up.
See. It's natural to be scared. I'm scared. They're like, get off the phone, Chewbacca.
But if you got the phone, then you just use the phone network.
No, you can't. Don't try to problem solve. You don't know.
No, I need another carrier because T-Mobile ain't shit.
See?
Yeah, Boost Mobile kicked me off.
You know the hotspot or the Wi-Fi for them extended stay things is like real fucking janky. So you don't know what's going on, Jesse. Stop trying to problem solve. Get off the phone, I'm scared. That's how I was the other night when I was at Jesse's house. I was like, I'm so scared. And he kept kicking me off too.
Yeah.
I was like, man, fuck it, I'm getting in the chat. And like spinning and I'm trying. I'm laughing every time they were laughing at Lisa Cabrera shit.
Yeah.
I was laughing, and I was like, oh my god! Anytime now my phone gets hot, I'm so scared. I can't listen to this shit no more. It's been like 20 minutes. I don't know how many gigs I'm losing. Ah! I don't understand. It needs to speak black math to me so I can get it.
Damn. All right, Shabaka. So what are your thoughts before you let bid us a good night from the Sin City?
Yes,
okay, and it's only 78 degrees here tonight. That's good. Okay, weather shifting. Okay, what my final thoughts are is I would like for vote wisely. If he can't read all the material on the Black Panther Party, at least pull up their 10-point program. You could Google it. It is on Wikipedia. Okay? All righty. Yeah, the 10-point program of the Black Panther Party is
a black crime bill. We got a list.
A system of actual justice.
System of actual justice.
Put politics aside. What change do you guys want to see? Okay, the change I want to see is black people throughout the whole world controlling their macroeconomics.
Shit. Yeah, I want to go down the street and profile.
Okay, yeah, I know gasoline in California was $8 a gallon at one point. That's why I got the hell up out of there. The average price for a gallon of gas out here in Nevada, man, is no more than $6. Okay, I will research the Black Panther Party later tonight. Okay, very good. Okay, very, very good. He says he searched it up. I'm looking more into it. Okay, that's very good.
What do you think about? Let's ask the young man.
He said microeconomics. What does that mean?
Macroeconomics means the economy of a society, of a nation, of a state, of a neighborhood, okay, of the world, okay. Microeconomics, MICRO, is the economics of a company, rather if it's a corporation, sole proprietorship, or general partnership is what it is.
Or a liability, what is it? Limited corporation.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and then also to vote wisely. Pull up a book called The Invisible Hand Theory about trickle-down economics.
Oh, Adam Smith.
Research
Adam Smith.
Yeah, okay. And then after you finish reading it, like I did, use it for shit paper.
No, no. Check this out. They say they want to change.
Okay, now vote wisely. Okay.
Yeah, once we get our reparations, we can do all of that.
Yeah, when we get to reparations, once we can do that. Because vote wisely, I've debated with people on that, is because you have to understand is that the slave labor here in the United States built the basis of the economy, of macroeconomics for the economy. Okay, now, if you take a slave, say an old ass bastard like Shabaka, he'll be worth about $50. Okay. Okay. If you take a slave and Brother Che's age group, he'll be worth about $250 because he still has youth on his side. Okay. And what will happen is that after they had stripped my youth of harvesting cotton, sugarcane, and what comes from sugarcane, vote wisely, the good old boys of Jack Daniels, Johnny Walker, Old Granddad, Beefeater. Okay, that's why they had so many slaves in Louisiana harvesting sugarcane. And also in the Caribbean as well, too. Oh, yeah. And another thing that the pirates used to love to drink was rum. Okay? Was rum. And if you ever have a sip of rum, and if you taste real closely, you could taste the high concentration of the sugar cane. Okay? Okay, that there was a contributor to the United States economy, Europe's economy, and the economy of the colonizers as well, too.
The house so fast, I think that big ass bitch moved so quick.
One of my aunties did that shit, the whole house on fire.
Yeah, man, they try to capture us now. They gonna put me in somebody's wet nurse or marry in the light skinned version, and I would be burned out. Yeah, the first time a fucking old white witch try to slap me, that's it. It burned the crib down. And run it. They gonna be like, I think I didn't see that bitch reverse so fucking fast. I'm like, the fucking place on fire, right? Nigga, go free yourself.
This way to freedom.
This way to freedom. Follow that star. We're going this way. My soul told me to go this way. Trust me, trust me, trust me. You're gonna be just like that. No, reality. In reality, we're working together is hype. And it has never benefited or behooved us. It benefited everyone else's causes, but it has not benefited or behooved us black folks for the soil.
Time of need.
Right. It has not. It has not. In fact, it has gotten worse because not only when things work out or don't work out, we are always to blame for it. One way or the other. They blame black men, they blame black women. They blame black men, they blame black women.
Mm-hmm.
Things don't go right, it's one of us who did it.
Okay, Shabaka.
So things go right, it's still one of us that had a cause to whatever dysfunction happening.
Oh, he believes us.
You know, so it's never worked. It's never worked. And this hype, it's something like, whatever they tell us to get us inspired. It's pleasantry.
Feel good moments.
It's programming. So they should just tell the truth.
You feel good temporarily.
Just tell the truth. We just fucking with you. We're gonna make you do whatever we want. We're gonna overtax you. We're not gonna give you shit. We're gonna continue to steal your life. We're gonna steal your force. We're gonna make you work. We're gonna work you. And not only we're not gonna pay you, we're gonna steal your intellectual property, your genius, your soul. We're gonna make you confused. We gotta be confused if they're questioning what side of the identity. What side of the identity you come from?
No, that's exactly what it is.
Brother and sister.
He said taxes for sure, death.
Yeah.
Okay, but also too, vote wisely. Check out something called the Casual Killing Act.
Oh my God, 1790 something. 1787.
You really want to get crazy with it.
Wait,
you really want to know
wisely.
Why it's a trip. You should watch.
And then also too, vote wisely. Pull up on YouTube a motion picture called Band of Angels that was made in 1957.
You not finished Goodbye, Uncle Tom?
Huh?
Did you finish Goodbye, Uncle Tom?
No, I haven't. No, that's what I'm gonna do.
Talking about Band of Angels till you finish that.
Yeah, I got to do that, but you see, Lady Chad, I got these the things that I have to handle, and once I get those out the way, I am gonna tolerate it because I saw the first 10 minutes of it and I almost threw my damn cell phone up against the wall. It made me so mad.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the first 10 minutes. Could you imagine the first hour?
So you really want to get
well, Brother Jay, I have to toughen myself up for it because I know I'm gonna see shit that's gonna piss me off. I know I'm going to see prepackaged bullshit in live. I got it. Should I watch the movie later? Okay, vote wisely. Which movie are you talking about?
Don't watch it as in your skin with your privilege. Watch it as a stranger looking at a movie.
Yeah.
And then just watch it, and you'll see why. And then you'll be like, God damn, that's what they did. That's the closest representation to what happened.
Band of Angels, 1957. Yes, sir. That is the film. And then to confirm
you gotta watch Goodbye Uncle Tom first.
You gotta watch Goodbye Uncle Tom too.
You gotta watch Goodbye Uncle Tom first, and then Band of Angels.
Okay, hold it. And Imitation of Life made in 1959.
That movie upset my soul.
We'll give you a whole list.
That movie upset my soul. Man, these guys, she treated a mama like that, man. I was like, oh, bitch crying and shit. Man.
Lady Che, that there was due to the time that they made that film, that was what the American social order was about.
Yeah, I remember. I know.
Why do you think, okay, Lady Che, why do you think I always cuss out that damn Sarge when it comes to the former heavyweight champion of the world?
Goddamn Sarge.
Why do you think I do that? Because we love Sarge, we like Sarge, He has contributed greatly.
There's always a reason.
But Sarge lacks knowledge of self.
Sarge is a piggy. What you expect?
Sarge is like, Sarge been having black moments so lately.
Okay. He's what?
Yeah, spurts.
Mm-hmm. That's just like
okay, but you have to understand something. Okay, but the thing is that you have to understand about Sarge that I do to this point.
I called Jen's party mate by his black name the other day, and he tried to act like you didn't hear it.
The head of the
he tried to act like you didn't hear it. I'm like, now come on, Tajani, stop playing. He hates when I show up. He hates it when I show up.
That's the senior chairman.
I like his name, TJ. You know, trying to talk to us. You know, sound like a white
party
man.
Of Colorado, not to be confused.
I'm like, come on now, brother.
Party of America. They're not the same. Oh, also, yeah, Google that too. The Unity Party.
Oh yeah, Unity Party. That's what Cornell West.
What are your thoughts on Trump for president? Here's my thoughts.
For people that
with my thoughts on
I don't know.
President,
I don't want to get
the words of Al Pacino in a movie called And Justice for All. Donald Trump, that son of a bitch, needs to go right straight to fucking jail.
Stanky booty needs
in
to
a
stop.
perfect world, Shabaka, but this ain't it.
Well, I know.
What are the pros and cons of having
about Trump?
The dump over KAMALA?
Well, shit,
what are the pros and cons?
The Trump era.
Okay, the pros and cons is that the dump, as in human shit, and I want to make that perfectly clear, by the way.
Let's ask this question: how were your parents doing during Trump? Well, how were you living during Trump? Because you were probably young enough to be living at home, right? So
yeah, he would have been a teenager at that
So
time.
how were your parents doing economically during Trump?
Like a junior or senior in high school.
Okay, I'm out, you guys. Okay, I'll talk to y'all tomorrow.
Sleep well. We'll
All
talk to you tomorrow.
Okay, take care.
Thank you, Roger.
All right, I gotta get to this clip. Oh, we're just gonna
Oh man, well, this is not all right. Let's play this clip and you ask questions. We'll answer periodically if you're still in here. Go ahead. Black Light Revelations. That's my friend. And my light-skinned brother. He could eat like I remember when TD Hip Hop when
yeah.
like one of the first.
Can y'all give me thumbs down and angry faces in the chat for me? I recorded the whole video. I was about to edit it. And then as soon as I put it into the editing software, I'm listening and I'm like, no, I didn't just do this. I did not just do this. Yes, I did. I did just do this. Shout out to Late Not Last. What's good? The only reason I wouldn't be able to do them is, if I get some time constraints, which I just never know when I'm going to have time constraints. So, you know what I'm saying? How many people knew that this was going on? Judge rules RFK Jr. can bring a lawsuit against federal agencies in censorship case. How many people knew that RFK Jr. had a censorship case against several federal agencies? If you guys were aware that was going on, give me a thumbs up. If you guys were not aware that this was going on, give me a thumbs down. Now, why is this important? This is very important because this actually opens up a rabbit hole and substantiates a lot of what people have been saying about social media censorship. Social media censorship and who's behind it. Now, here goes my question. When it comes to topics on social media, my question for you all in the comment section is what topics, what content do you all feel gets censored the most? Let me know what you guys think. Okay. The court finds that there is further risk for future risk injury here because Kennedy is a 2024 presidential candidate, the judge wrote. So the interesting thing about this is the only reason why he even got this ruling is because he's a presidential candidate. That's it. If he was just a regular person like you or I, they probably would have just thrown this out. Now, I honestly think that this is more interesting than him dropping out of the race, or him suspending his campaign, I should say.
He did?
Yeah, everything you guys are saying, absolutely.
You're lying. What's up with that?
Everything you guys are saying.
If that happened, Spider-Man throw some change.
Shout out to Tedra. Tedra said, I just watched the video TD Media Group did on CNN cutting his live press conference. I didn't even know that that happened, which that's interesting, right? Shout out to Tedra. I'm gonna put because that will actually go into what I'm talking about here. I didn't even know that had happened. They cut his stream like right in the middle while he was talking. That's wild. Shout out to everybody that's in here. If you guys haven't smashed the like button yet, please take a moment and smash that like button. Also, if you guys haven't hit that bell, please take a moment, hit that bell, and also please share the stream to your social media. So now here says a federal judge on Tuesday ruled that an independent presidential candidate, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., can continue to pursue his lawsuit, which alleges a violation of his First Amendment rights against multiple U.S. government agencies. So they're saying that he has, brought enough information to show that he has information to be able to present in court to argue that his First Amendment rights have been violated by federal agencies.
Allegedly, but they did it.
Shout out to Cameron. What's good with it, bro? The Supreme Court issued a ruling in June. Okay. How many people were aware of this Supreme Court ruling in June that sided with the Biden administration in a separate lawsuit? Missouri, brought by the attorney generals of Missouri and Louisiana, that challenged federal agencies' capacity to communicate with social media companies. The court rejected a challenge made on free speech grounds to how officials encouraged the removal of posts deemed misinformation, including about elections and C-19. So now, if this is not shadow censorship, I don't know what is. Shout out to New York State of Mind. What's good with it, bro? If you guys feel that that's shadow censorship, give me a thumbs up. If you guys do not feel that that's shadow censorship, then give me a thumbs down. How many people knew that this was going on in the background? Shout out to Tedra. Tedra says, yes, they cut to commercial as he was talking about what the Democratic Party has been doing to him. And this is a lot of it.
For censorship.
Shout out to Black Spider. Black Spider says the Kennedy family has come out against him. They do not support anything that he does. And that's interesting because that's interesting. I'm gonna just put it like that. That's interesting. I'm gonna look into that. I wonder what are they saying their grounds of not supporting him are. I'm curious as to what they're saying.
He was trying to get a job.
But I'm not surprised though, because you guys know the Kennedy family, they're real old school, liberal elites, right? So I'm not surprised by that, but it just proves that blood in politics, man, blood is not thicker than water. You know what I'm saying? Specifically, the court ruled that the plaintiffs who claimed that the government violated their First Amendment rights lacked the standing to file the lawsuit. But in a ruling on Tuesday, the U.S. District Judge Terry Doherty wrote that Kennedy does have standing. Now, what's the difference between Kennedy's standing and the other people's standing? There is evidence to show that Kennedy has been directly censored in the past, he wrote on Tuesday, adding that there is a substantial risk that in the near future, he will suffer an injury that is traceable to a government defendant and redressable by the injunction that they seek. Now, let me ask you guys this question. What does that mean?
I don't know.
I don't know, Rob. What does that mean?
What does that mean?
Excuse me.
This kind of reveals that the government is kind of up to some very shady and interesting things behind the scenes, doesn't it?
Well, we've been saying that though.
Under the High Court's Murphy versus Missouri order, a court must make specific findings that a particular defendant pressured a particular platform to censor a particular topic before the platform suppressed a particular plaintiff's speech on that topic. Doherty also wrote. So now what does that mean? There's like a chronology there.
I cannot run the show.
Shout out to Win Loser Rug. What's good with it, bro? Shout out to Black Free Thinker. Good to see y'all.
Yay!
Yeah, shout out to Cameron. He can prove the connection. Facts. If you guys agree with Cameron, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down.
Yay!
What this also shows is this shows, if you ask me, one of the most important things that this shows is clear-cut proof. We can no longer call it a conspiracy theory. Clear-cut proof of government overreach into censoring topics based on what they want discussed or not. This is literally the government trying to control the narrative. Literally.
They're like, people are tired of the
shout out to Brooklyn Queen. Yeah, there's that too. That the government and Kennedys don't mix well together. Facts.
They're tired of
that's facts. You know what I'm saying?
They're tired of not.
So now here it says he argued that Kennedy. Now listen to this.
It's showing.
The judge said this. He argued that Kennedy and his children's health defense organization were specifically targeted by government agencies over alleged misinformation about C-19 and vaccines.
There's the only time like that.
So now let me ask you guys this: if this court has found that
what 8 years from now
the government has done this with RFK,
already living it.
What about other social media platforms with other content creators and topics
They're already in
discussing
office
C-19,
right now.
different things like that? Shout out to the specialists. What's good,
every
bro?
year it gets worse.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
What do you guys think? The court finds that there is further risk for future injury here because Kennedy is a 2024 presidential candidate, Doherty wrote. So now what this is saying is that the reason why they find this relevant and why he's getting this to be allowed to be shown in court is because he was a presidential candidate.
Mm-hmm.
If he was just a regular person like me or you, nobody would care.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
Nobody would care.
You're right, Rob.
So now here's my question for you guys. If RFK has to deal with this type of censorship, how do we work around it?
We don't.
Because what this says is that this is a real and true phenomenon.
Yep,
you know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody that's watching. We got 28 people watching. We got 15 likes. If everybody could take a moment, smash on that like button and get us to 40, that'd be wonderful. Shout out to Shamika. What's good with it, Shamika? Yeah, shout out to NY State of Mind. NY State of Mind says, remember, anything that concerns the truth, they was calling people conspiracy theorists and bots and deplorable. Facts.
Liars.
Yep.
Facts.
We were Russian bots.
Shout out to Cameron. Cameron says the government has agents inside all the social media companies, and the Twitter files show that they had a direct link to the White House to take down and flag posts by content creators. Facts.
Cross-eyed.
Shame on the city ever. Shame.
Crazy. For example, if hypothetically the FBI, now check this out.
Yeah, they did that shit.
For example, if hypothetically the FBI saw a piece of information related to the 2024 presidential election posted by the Kennedy campaign on social media that it deemed to be misinformation, right? So the FBI, looking at social media, sees something on there and says this is information. Then it reached out to the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, who worked closely with social media firms, who then removed the post. Kennedy would be censored by the action of one government defendant in response to another.
Hold on, I can't hear what he's talking about.
This is damn near like collusion.
Yeah.
Would you guys agree? Yeah. Shout out to Black Spider. That's facts. Black Spider says thousands of people, if not more, lost their media pages for discussing that juice. Yeah.
They're still flagging.
Luckily, I only had one video taken down on the BLR C19 channel. But that's the reason why I made a separate channel so that they wouldn't try to mess with my main channel.
That they still coming
mess with my main channels, but Yeah. Shout out to AJ. If you guys agree with AJ, give me a thumbs up. If y'all disagree, give me a thumbs down. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I actually have I've got a video that I'm gonna make. It's gonna be a different type of format of video. Hopefully you guys like it. We'll see. And if you guys like it, if it does good, you know what I'm saying, then I'll make other videos like that. But this is kind of along the lines of that video, that the other video that I want to make.
I still can't
You
find
know what I'm
it.
saying? So now here it says his ruling came before Kennedy's campaign announced that he would be making an announcement on Friday related to his campaign. Okay, so the ruling came before this campaign announcement that he made, where he said that he would be suspending his campaign. Now, here's my question: how many people had heard about this? They haven't said anything about this in the news. And if you ask me, this is more newsworthy than him, suspending his campaign.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. If you guys agree with Cameron, throw some flames in the chat. Cameron says the whole DNC was about them saying Donald Trump was going to do everything that they're already doing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. And these are the same ones that preach
the entire DNC, the whole thing.
And how we need to save democracy.
You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. His running mate said the candidate will either form his own party or back former President Donald Trump. The justices, in a 6-3 ruling, specifically overturned a lower court's 2023 decision that various federal officials likely violated the First Amendment, which protects against government abridgment of free speech, in a case brought by the states of Missouri and Louisiana, as well as 5 individuals. Okay. Prior to the Supreme Court's action, the New Orleans-based U.S. Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals had issued an injunction constraining such contacts by the administration. But, as always, Amy Coney Barrett, Justice Amy Coney Barrett, who authored the Supreme Court's ruling, wrote that the 2 Republican-led states and the other plaintiffs lacked the required legal standing to sue the administration in federal court. Earlier this year, Doherty granted Kennedy an injunction that blocked several agencies from encouraging platforms to remove his content. So again, you guys see this, they've been coming at Kennedy for a while. Shout out to Carlton. What's good with it, bro?
Yeah, shout out to Carlton.
You guys see they've been coming at Kennedy for a while. So now I think that is interesting. A lot of this, it didn't really get talked about very much. The mainstream media, for sure, did a number to try to keep this out of the spotlight.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, I agree 100%, bro. DC Precise says that lady Shanahan, his VP pick, I'm sure has helped with bankrolling and financially assisting with all of this litigation. She probably has beef with some of the Dems law folks too. Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that. Robert F. Kennedy was probably using his charm with that voice that he has to just do the piper where the money just comes out of her pocket when he plays the pipe, and she was just giving it all to him so he could get this together.
That's right.
And shout out to Dante's Inferno. Dante's Inferno says CNN showed the quiet part in full view.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Shout out to Cameron Jones. Cameron Jones says, if Trump does Project 2025, what will be different for Black people?
Right.
Well, I'll tell you this. During the worst times in the country for Black people, Project 2025 wasn't in existence. Is that a true statement or a false statement?
True.
Mm-hmm.
During slavery and Jim Crow, there was no Project 2025.
Good luck catching us.
Is that a true statement or is that a false
fight
statement?
Back.
You know,
we run and fight back.
Right.
You can catch all of these hands.
so you gotta make it basic like that. Gotta make it basic like that. You know what I'm saying? His lawsuit had contended that the social media companies, now check this out, the social media companies and federal officials colluded to censor his statements on vaccines. So now let me ask you guys a question. Under a Kamala Harris presidency versus under a Trump presidency, do you see more or less situations like this occurring? Oh, shout out to Cameron. We're gonna hit Project 2025 in a series. I just haven't had a chance yet because, you know what I'm saying, there's been a lot of stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? Your boy trying to improve the platform. So, you know what I'm saying? I got all of that on top of, you know what I'm saying, trying to stay on top of the content. But hopefully it's coming. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully it's coming. If not, then I'll just put the links that I got into the Discord.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
we
saying?
fight back now. We fight.
Of course.
We run. We fight.
So now here it says DOJ files motion in case.
But really fight now.
Last month, the U.S. Department of Justice filed a motion on behalf of multiple federal agencies named in the lawsuit that sought to remove the injunction related to Kennedy's lawsuit, saying that the Supreme Court's June decision warranted that it be lifted. At minimum, now check this out. At minimum, the injunction here is substantially overbroad in light of the Supreme Court's Missouri decision. It covers defendants who had nothing to do with the C-19 related posts that are the subject of the Kennedy plaintiff's complaint, and it applies universally to all posts by anyone on any platform on any subject, reads the court filing submitted by DOJ attorneys. Should the court find that some of the Kennedy plaintiffs might still have standing, notwithstanding Missouri, dissolution of the injunction is prudent so that this court can reevaluate the situation with the benefit of additional briefing, they wrote. If the court enters such a ruling, the government would ask the Fifth Circuit to remand to allow this court to dissolve the injunction. Okay?
Ugly
Country, she's a pirate fan.
I am not. You're just saying that because I don't even like football.
I wonder. My question for you guys is: how did the Democrats justify that? Any of that? How can any of that be justified? Is my question.
I just say.
What do you guys think? Is there any justification for that?
Colors.
Broncos are 3-0.
I don't know if there is one.
Shut up, Justin. It don't even matter. The only reason we talking is because
I don't know if we can say that there's a justification for that.
In Bronco colors.
0-1 because they had a tie game.
You know what I'm saying?
2. Hey.
So we're gonna take a look at this article here because this article kind of goes into some of the damage that this entire thing has caused. Okay, and this is like an article from this is some news compilation thing, and this article here is from the Daily Wire. Okay. So now here it says a judge finds that RFK can bring censorship lawsuit against Biden administration after Supreme Court rejects state's challenge. Okay.
Eyes are low.
A federal judge ruled Tuesday that Robert F. Kennedy can continue to pursue his censorship lawsuit against the Biden administration. The Supreme Court ruled in June that state and individual plaintiffs who alleged the Biden administration violated their First Amendment rights when it pressured social media companies to suppress speech did not have the standing to sue. District Court Judge Terry Doherty found Kennedy meets the standard set by the Supreme Court because there is ample evidence to show he has been censored in the past at the discretion or at the direction of the government and at substantial risk that the censorship will continue. Now, let me ask you guys this. How many people in addition to
I got tired of
how many people in addition to RFK do y'all think
shit. He hit it earlier. I was like, God, that shit sound good. Loud as hell, my eyes started watering.
How many people in addition to RFK do y'all think will qualify for a lawsuit like this? And real quick, shout out to everybody that's watching. I appreciate you guys. If you all haven't smashed that like button yet, please take a moment, smash that like button. Also, if you guys haven't hit the bell, please take a moment, hit that bell. And also, please share the stream to your social media.
Yep. Do that for Front Line Blacc News as well.
Under the Supreme Court's Murphy versus Missouri ruling, Doherty explained that a court must take specific findings that a particular defendant pressured a particular platform to censor a particular topic before the platform suppressed a particular plaintiff's speech.
Look at you, spider.
So this is limited censorship, is what it seems like. Okay. Kennedy was part of the disinformation dozen. Now, I didn't know that Kennedy was part of the
Just see if
disinformation
little blue ones lying around.
dozen. I heard of the disinformation dozen, but apparently Kennedy was. How many people knew that Kennedy was a part of the disinformation dozen? Yeah, I knew about Rizza Islam. Shout out to Brooklyn Queen. I knew about Rizza Islam. I didn't know Kennedy was part of it though.
Yes, he's an anti-vax.
Yeah, I gotta agree. If you guys agree with Dante that probably hundreds, probably dozens, if not hundreds of people have been affected by something like this, give me a thumbs up. If you guys didn't, then give me a thumbs down. Shout out to Black Bitcoin Key. Black Bitcoin Key knew. Yeah, I didn't.
They're lying around. They're lying around. They're lying around.
This puts a lot of things into light for me, at least. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't know a lot of this stuff was going on behind the scenes. Kennedy was part of the disinformation dozen, specifically targeted by the government over alleged C-19 misinformation, Doherty noted. He wrote, there is not much dispute that Kennedy, along with the organization he leads, Children's Health Defense, were specifically targeted by the White House, the Office of the Surgeon General, and CISA. Okay. The court finds that there is further risk for future injury here because Kennedy is a 2024 presidential candidate, Doherty wrote. For example, if hypothetically the FBI saw a piece of information related to the 2024 presidential election posted by the Kennedy campaign on social media that it deemed to be misinformation, then it reached out to the CISA, who worked closely with the EIP, who then removed the post. Kennedy would be censored by the action of one government defendant in response to another. Now, let me ask you guys this. I want to ask this question in regards to the Hunter Biden story with the laptop. How many people remember the Hunter Biden story with the laptop?
I remember. That's your boy Hunter.
Yeah.
Now, do you all think that this particular court hearing could be looked at and applied to what went on with the censoring of New York Post during the 2020 election and the Hunter Biden laptop story? If you guys think that it can be, then give me a thumbs up. If you guys don't think that it can be, then give me a thumbs down.
That'll be the last day. You push out the diaries.
Because this is just interesting, and it seems like this only gets addressed if you actually bring it to them.
Sure, I mean, look.
You know what I'm saying? Doherty granted Kennedy an injunction in February, blocking multiple federal agencies from coercing or significantly encouraging platforms to suppress protected speech when he put on hold pending the Supreme Court's ruling. In response to the government's appeal, the Fifth Circuit in July sent the case back to the district court to rule on the plaintiff's standing. All right. So yeah, man. So he got a little W. You know what I'm saying? RFK got a little W in the situation here. You know what I'm saying? And they probably not gonna say too much about this in the mainstream media. I'm saying I kind of just got lucky, came across this, and I thought you guys would be great.
I wouldn't have that up there either.
Be interested in it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Content strategy, right? But I think that this is actually very interesting.
Just sober, whatever.
And I didn't even know, I think we were actually live on Undocumented during the press conference that RFK had when he was talking about suspending his campaign. But I didn't even know that the feed from CNN had ended.
Can you do me a favor?
I didn't know that the feed had ended when he was starting to go in talking about this kind of stuff.
Pet carrier.
You know what I'm saying? It's kind of crazy, man. It's kind of crazy. So my question for you guys is, this is what's going on under the Biden administration. We've asked the question before, is the Biden administration going to be, or will the Harris administration be Biden administration 2.0? If the Harris administration is Biden administration 2.0, can we expect to see more nonsense like this? All of the negative things that we see from the Biden administration, the migrant crisis, this ridiculous censorship, how will this all be under a Harris administration? That's my question. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comment section at the end of the video. All right. Smash the like button if you guys haven't. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you, Rob, for that insight on RFK Jr. suing the Democrats for censorship.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Lady Che, what are your thoughts on this?
Well, like, I don't really have too many thoughts on it. I mean, we're just gonna censor shit. Of course, he can get away with it. It's not unusual. I mean, this just seems like a Democratic thing, right? That's what I'm assuming this is all about. Because they just basically don't want anybody else to run against the narrative that they're trying to push on either side. So, I think it's a fuck shit. I think anytime you block anybody from any kind of access to things, like speaking your mind, I mean that's that shit that it's supposed to be allegedly a free country.
Huh.
Allegedly, we're supposed to have freedom of speech. Allegedly,
freedom is dead.
And every time you speak your mind, you're getting doxed or fucking shamed for speaking whatever I thoughts you had in your head out loud. You know, like, you know, you're being called anti-Semitic or this or that or a bigot or, you know what I mean? So honestly, there's no such thing. It's just some bullshit. And then they want to tax you for it, or they want to prevent you from actually speaking, or so they censor you, or they cut your shit down, or they stop you from doing it. So yeah, go ahead and try to sue me. Go ahead. I mean, you see how far you're gonna get with it. Probably because of your name and the proximity, the fact that he's a white man with a Kennedy name. It's big news.
Yeah.
It's probably not a good look. So, I mean, but for anybody else, I mean, it affects everybody in some way, shape or like some way, shape or form. It'll affect them. We can't, teach the masses anything. All of a sudden, twats are calling us names, and they try to force you to apologize and you to, show remorse for whatever you said or whatever. I mean, it just sounds so stupid to me. It's like, I hope. I mean, like, hopes and prayers. It go well.
Yeah.
Thoughts and prayers. I don't know what to say.
Just point out the hypocrisy of the Democratic Party.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing you learn when you really start I mean, things hit differently when you get older. I think.
Yeah.
And everything's more. Everything wakes up and like open. It's like a melanin burst. And all of a sudden you're just like, oh my God, this is really happening. I knew I wasn't imagining it. This really is happening.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It reminds me of that time we were watching that thing, Jesse, with the planets, and not the planets, but we're talking about melanin.
Yeah. And
how melanin works. And it's like a burst. It showed like, they just bursted into streams of how it runs through the course of the system. It reminds me of that. And then I think about the stars of the universe.
Oh, you're talking about Dr. Laylaw Africa.
Yeah.
R.I.P. to him. We are different.
Exactly. That one. I was like, that's how I feel like this is. When you think about politics and when you get older, everything's like, oh my God, this is dirty.
Yeah.
This is dirty. I feel
Democrats
dirty.
do. They're talking about they don't have to cheat to win. That's a damn lie.
That's a cheating thing to do. And cheaters, first of all, when you start cheating, you're really a poor sport on the inside. I mean, like, you're really a sore loser.
Yeah.
Poor sport. You don't got no,
Sportsmanship.
Sportsmanship. Thank you, Jesse. Sportsmanship. You know what I mean? You can't take it well. So of course you're gonna cheat. Cheating is a form of another form of like just sport.
Yeah.
You have to win. You have to win. No, you don't have to win. You can sit your motherfucking ass down.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Especially if it's not for you to win. But you're gonna force a win,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're gonna force the acceptance of it
Mm-hmm.
by the masses. That's real poor shit.
With no media interaction.
Right. That's real poor sport shit. That's real. I got money. I'm white and I say so.
Mm-hmm.
I can do whatever I want. And this is how you're going to accept it. You're going to forcefully accept it, whether you like it or not. Because I'm white and I say so, and I got money and I say so. And that's just how it works, except on a bigger scale, because it's democratic.
Mm-hmm.
What he's saying it. Like, Democrats can do whatever the fuck they want. Democrats got the bread. Democrats will say whatever the fuck they want to get away with it. Yeah.
Democrats were trying to keep independence off the ballot.
Right. Democrats point the finger at the Republicans. Republicans point the finger at the Democrats. Everybody points the finger at the black people. That's how it works. I don't know what I'm doing, Jesse, over here. All I know is that nothing. I'm not doing anything. I accidentally grabbed the wrong thing. All I know is that at the end of the day, they'll find one reason or another to blame us for it.
Oh, they always scapegoaters.
Yeah. So they point the finger at each other, then they point the finger at us.
And they have 3 pointing back at them.
Exactly.
So you're to blame, Democrats. So when you lose in November, don't say you weren't told so.
I feel nothing.
Feel nothing. So real quick, I was going to play this speech from Dr. Cornel West, our candidate that was supported, during the DNC last week.
He was there?
Yes, of course he was there. He was outside with the protesters.
Oh, yeah.
I'm here because I have an unstoppable love for my precious Palestinian brothers and sisters. And when you love people, you hate the fact that they're being treated unjustly and unfairly. So when it comes to genocide, when it comes to ethnic cleansing, when it comes to apartheid, that's true anywhere in the world, any color, any gender, any sexual orientation, any nation. But we're talking about our precious Palestinian brothers and sisters and siblings in Gaza and the West Bank. I come from a black people who've been hated and terrorized and traumatized for 400 years. And yet taught the world so much about love and freedom and wounded healing. And so my starting point is to applaud each and every one of my brothers and sisters and siblings for standing here.
Thanks for joining us,
because we're in it, not tied to an election or some Machiavellian politics or some utilitarian calculus. But we're here because we love oppressed people, and in this case, it's Palestinians. Yes. It could be any oppressed people. It could be Jews in Germany. It could be landless workers in Brazil. Yes. It could be brothers and sisters in Haiti. But we live in an American empire that has such unbelievable spiritual decay and moral deterioration. They think they can reproduce themselves with a level of hypocrisy and mendacity and criminality and get away with it. And we're simply here to say, chickens come home to roost. You're going to reap what you sow. Sooner or later, your lies and your crimes will be revealed and disclosed. Because truth crushed the earth will rise again, and truth is bigger than all of us, but it has something to do with the suffering of those who find themselves in plights and predicaments that the great Frantz Fanon called the wretched of the earth, and we are in solidarity with them. Yes. So when we talk about this two-party system, it's just part of a predatory capitalist network obsessed with short-term gain, driven by an organized greed that will weaponize hatred, that will somehow think that the masses, the poor and working peoples here and around the world will not raise their voices. And we say, get off the crack pipe. We'll raise our voices as long as we have vocal cords, because that's what it means to be a decent human being. With some sense of integrity and honesty and decency and courage. And when we look at our politicians, we see accommodation to empire, accommodation to organized greed. The cowardly, conformist, complacent. We shatter that cowardliness. We shatter that complacency. We shatter that accommodation. Not in the spirit of self-righteousness, but simply saying we want to bear a witness, and we speak not just to ourselves, not just to those who march today, not just those in the Western Hemisphere. We speak to people all around the world, the global South, to connect with the best of those who came before, and to make sure our children and children all around the world can see examples and have some sense of a better future. Last but not least, we do it with a smile, because we speak directly to our precious Palestinians right now and say to them, we will never abandon you. We stand with you, and we see your grace, we see your dignity with your victory signs, even given the IDF terror coming at you. That kind of human spirit can never be crushed. And I know on an intimate terms, because my great-grandfather was a slave in this empire. And part of his legacy, and part of his wife, my great-great-grandmama's legacy, is at work in me. And that's why I get some of the source of my love to love others, and integrity to talk about integrity, and be in solidarity with people around the world. So when we march today in Chicago, we're going to march with style, with a smile, and remembering our Palestinian brothers and sisters, male, female, but especially the precious and priceless children.
Jill Stein right there,
rolling
her eyes.
I'm wearing because you don't see.
Fuck her. Fuck you too, Ed.
Yeah, so that was Dr. Cornell speaking during the DNC last week with the protesters, the Palestinian protesters, rather. So the next topic is Coulter. KAMALA, Coulter, conservative.
And were they protesting like that outside during when Trump came?
In 2016?
No, this time with the RNC.
Oh, yes, they have protests going on outside the RNC as well.
Was it like that hyped up?
Yes. Several arrests that were made in Milwaukee during that week. So Coulter, Republican commentator, says that Kamala Harris, Curry Mama, ain't Black Harris.
So did fathers go live.
Isn't foundational Black American. And she says the dump as a human shit. And we want to make that perfectly clear, aka that Trump is an awful something human being. I can't get the full title of it. Awful person. So I'm gonna fast forward to what she says. Foundational Black Americans, I think it's right. Is it 20 minutes now?
Says he made and about you, and do you feel any retaliation about speaking against him?
Thank you, Tab.
And thanks for your time.
Ms. Coulter.
I want to go through the comments first. The politicians talking about their family. Yes, of course, family is very important, but you know, we're going to see that. There are biographies written about the politicians. What I'm referring to about going on about the families is that it's an identity thing, that because you are the son of a postman, that's a reason to vote for you. Because you're the child of an immigrant, that's a reason to vote for you. That's what I really, really hate. And I mean, it's in Trump We Trust. I looked up all of the debates. I'm telling you, every single debate we had to hear about, you know, the hard luck story, and basically what losers these guys' fathers were at every debate. No, please tell me what you're going to do. We're going to see your family. That can't remain hidden. As for Minneapolis, I don't think anybody thinks the BLM riots are going on now. So you are under a misapprehension on that. But we do have a recollection of protests that did multiple millions of dollars worth of damage, destroyed up to 60 businesses, and actually burnt down the 3rd precinct in your city. So I think people remember that. And, you know, thank you very much, Tim Walz, for specifically holding off sending in the National Guard for 4 days, even with the very, very left-wing mayor of Minneapolis begging for the National Guard to be sent in. But no, Tim Walz did not refuse to send in the National Guard. And not only that, his daughter was tweeting out to the protesters, hey, word to the wise, get the word out, National Guard not being sent in. And, you know, in case anybody wants to know, answer them. And I might add, especially at the better colleges, I get really interesting questions. One of the funnest speeches I ever did was to the Yale Political Union. And I mean, I think liberals had fun. I guess that they call themselves whatever, party of the left, party of the right, some in the middle. And open, egregious discrimination. So to make the point that Kamala isn't a foundational Black American, I'm always pointing out to Black people, hey, have you noticed Indians are getting all the good diversity jobs? What did we do to Indians? We didn't enslave them. I mean, most of these immigrants coming in, 90% of legal immigrants are from the 3rd world. And mostly we've just run around saving them from earthquakes and tornadoes and coups and starvation. You know, they owe us, we don't owe them. But to switch from the concept of integration and civil rights for Black Americans to this BS-y diversity, it's nothing but discrimination against white people. And that point should be made not just to, as I think Trump is always thinking, oh, he's going to win the Black vote. He's not going to win the Black vote. You ought to do things because they're the right thing to do, not because this is an appeal to Black people, like releasing criminals. He thinks he's going to get the Black vote by being soft on crime. Anyway, not only to point out to Black Americans that their history is being stolen by immigrants, but to remind white Americans that this whole diversity thing is just discrimination against them. You still want to vote for the Democrats?
Let's hear from our viewers. As you can imagine, the phone lines are lit up. Let's begin with Bob in hometown Illinois, Republican line. Go ahead, Bob. You're on with Ann Coulter.
Good morning, Peter. Love C-SPAN. It's a pleasure to speak with Ms. Coulter. Comment and then a question. My comment, it's nice to see Vice President Harris start with a policy. It's unfortunate that she had to swipe it from former President Trump, his no tax in the tippers, because she was in Vegas last night. But anywho, my question, when you predicted on the Bill Maher show that Trump was going to win in 2016 and his chin hit the desk, I was wondering, do you have any predictions for the 2024? Thanks a lot, Ann.
Thank you. I also want to point out I predicted Trump 3 days after he announced. And why was that? Because of the issue of immigration. I can't stress this enough. Whether it's here, Britain, all of Western Europe, the people keep voting for less immigration. And the politicians, whether it's Donald Trump or Boris Johnson, the British voted for Brexit, they will not stop dumping third worlders on Western countries. I have no predictions for this race. I'll say all year I've been saying, not necessarily public, well, I say it on my Substack, that Trump's going to lose, Trump's going to lose, Trump's going to lose. And then the night of the debate, which I have to say shocked me, because I don't know, they shot Biden up with enough drugs that he was fine during his State of the Union addresses. I was blown away. I was watching it in a room full of Democrats, and I was live tweeting this out in the Hamptons. At the end of the evening, I said, thank you for the best night of my life. So that was pretty amazing. And after that, I said, even, you know, I thought, well, wow, Trump really has a chance now. And now I don't know. I think any other Republican could beat this Democratic ticket. It is the craziest, most left-wing ticket, most anti-Israel ticket, most pro-criminal ticket. It's unbelievable what they stand for. But I think the way the Democrats and this ticket and the media are going to do this is let's try to get to November without Americans finding out what their positions are. Just keep calling them joyful and keep laughing. I've been watching a lot of them, including on C-SPAN. So thank you very much for that. I recommend that everyone watch both Waltz and Kamala Harris at their UAW speech, where Kamala brings back the fake black accent. You grew up in Oakland and Montreal. It's preposterous, the accent she pulls. But both of them, the things they say, and the way they laugh at things. Oh, also yesterday you did a great one, the Jonathan Capehart interview with Kamala back in January. And that's where you see the weirdness of the laugh. And it's not the tenor of it, which is weird enough. The cackle, that's weird. The strange thing about the laugh is nothing funny has been said.
Right. Nothing
funny. And what she's sort of relying on is, I think people who have been on TV know that this is kind of something you notice, and that's you're on TV, someone laughs at something, usually they just said, that isn't funny, just objectively isn't funny. But the polite thing to do is to laugh along. On the other hand, if you're on TV, you're going to look like an idiot if you're laughing at something that isn't funny. Right. So you kind of have to strike a balance between being polite and not looking like a moron. And that's what Kamala is relying on. There was a great clip going around Twitter earlier this week. She's sitting with, I don't know who the two women are. It looked like some women's empowerment conference. And Laureen Jobs is on one side of her, and I forget, or I didn't know who was on the other side. And she goes on this weird little thing about wokeness and who's wokest, and you just have to be woker. But the entire time she's saying that, she's laughing almost uncontrollably. Mm-hmm. And you see Laureen Jobs and the other woman just calmly looking at her. You need like thought bubbles over their heads. What on earth is this woman laughing at? So that's why I find the laugh irritating. Nothing funny has been said.
Tav. Minneapolis, Minnesota, Democrat, you're on with Ann Coulter.
Yeah, hey, thanks for taking my call. Good morning, Ann. Just a couple things, just a couple comments first and then a question. First, you made some comments about bringing up family as part of the campaign. And,
I'm going to stop it there. I just want to hear that part about the foundation of Black Americans. So people have offered their commentary on this.
What? What do you think? I know what I think. I know what I think when I said it.
Hello, everyone. This is Latasha Blanton from the Rural South Africa Travel and Tourism. And you're going to have the opportunity to travel with Phil Scott to
sunny South Africa. You guys are going to have the opportunity to come to Johannesburg, and you guys are going to be coming to Durban. And we're going to set it up perfectly. It's going to be like a luxury experience for you guys.
Explore the lifestyles here and an amazing tent.
See a picture of Phil and just go ahead and book there. So we'll see you here in what we like to call sunny South Africa.
So this story I'm about to share with you came from a viewer. They suggested that I talk about it because it's very important. Now, it's in regards to Ann Coulter, who is a conservative political pundit, author, and lawyer. And, you know, she has a lot of controversial things to say that usually makes a lot of people uncomfortable. Well, as I said, 11 years ago, she sat on a panel with that of George Stephanopoulos and other people, and they were discussing things like civil rights. And this is what she said. Check it out.
When you write that various groups, feminists, gay rights groups, and those who are defending immigrants have commandeered the Black civil rights experience.
Yes.
What do you mean by that?
Yes, I'm glad you asked that because I think it's one of the most important points of the book. I mean, I think the way liberals have treated Blacks like children and many of their policies have been harmful to Blacks. At least they got the beneficiary group right. We do have to, I mean, we shouldn't. There is the legacy of slavery and Jim Crow laws. We don't owe the homeless. We don't owe feminists. We don't owe women who are desirous of having abortions, but that's, or gays who want to get married to one another. That's what civil rights has become for much of the left. They dropped the Blacks after 5 minutes.
Immigrant rights are not civil rights?
No, I think civil rights are for Blacks. So as you heard her say there, that civil rights were supposed to be for Blacks. Now, George asked her, well, you don't think, they're for other groups? And she again said, no, they are for Blacks. And he suggested, are you saying that civil rights has been commandeered by everyone else? And she says, yes, they have. Now, in a longer video, she went on to say that the Democrats are dropping Blacks and they are moving on to Hispanics. Now, remember, again, that was 11 years ago. And what are we as Black people seeing now? We're seeing a whole bunch of migrants come in and, the Democratic Party, they are doing more for them than they are doing for Black people. Now, y'all also might remember when Joe Biden got elected, he hadn't quite made it into the White House, but he had a Zoom meeting with, Black leaders. And he told them, well, y'all better learn how to get along with Hispanics because they are here and, and they're taking over, for lack of better words. And so he co-signed what Ann Coulter said 11 years ago. And again, we are seeing that manifest as I speak, right? We're seeing, especially in places like Chicago and New York and other places where they are getting benefits that Black people have been asking for via reparations and a whole host of other things. And so, listen, I know that Ann Coulter can be problematic in some of the things that she says, but as they say, a broke clock is right at least twice a day. Now, she also was quoted by philosopher Noam Chomsky, who is, somewhat of a Democrat. And he said, I hate to admit it, but I agree with Ann Coulter when she said that Obama, he basically ran around talking about hope and change, but he never defined what hope and change was. It was just, a slogan, right? And she basically said that if you ask anybody, well, what does it mean? Did he ever define it? They're not going to be able to say what it meant. Kind of like that whole vote blue no matter who, right? A lot of people run around saying it. There's no meat behind it. There's no basis to it. It's just something the Democrats have, put out there and repeated a copious amount of times, and everybody else just runs around repeating it. But again, she didn't lie 11 years ago, and our eyes do not deceive us now. The Democrats are doing that. So Black people, when it's time for you to go vote, you think about that. You think about how they have dropped Black people and moved on to not just Hispanics, but everybody else. They don't care about you. They only care about Black people when it's time to deliver for them once again, right? So y'all keep that in mind. So anyway, y'all tell me what you think of that. And for more insightful commentary, please subscribe to this channel and my channel, The Demetra K Show, here on YouTube. Peace.
You made kind of a provocative comment in your new book here, Mugged, and I think it's on page 151. You write that various groups, feminists, gay rights groups, and those who are defending immigrants have commandeered the Black civil rights experience. Yes. What do you mean by that?
Yes, I'm glad you asked that because I think it's one of the most important points of the book. I mean, I think the way liberals have treated Blacks like children and many of their policies have been harmful to Blacks. At least they got the beneficiary group right. We do have to, we shouldn't. there is the legacy of slavery and Jim Crow laws. We don't owe the homeless. We don't owe feminists. We don't owe women who are desirous of having abortions, but that's or gays who want to get married to one another. That's what civil rights has become for much of the left. They dropped the blacks after 5 minutes.
Immigrant rights are not civil rights?
No, I think civil rights are for blacks.
See, this is essentially the problem, and the Republicans
What have we done to the immigrants? We owe black people something. We have a legacy of slavery. Immigrants haven't even been in this country.
But you see, most of us are either immigrants or are the descendants of immigrants, and we understand that not everybody. There are Native Americans in, but we understand in this country. We understand in this country that kind of self-deportation, making things so difficult for immigrants, for undocumented immigrants, that they have to leave, or the DREAM Act, vetoing, threatening to veto the DREAM Act, which is what Romney has said. I mean, and again, we have Governor Romney, who is basically taking a position that is anti a large and the fastest growing segment of the electorate.
And here's the thing, if Republicans don't do something with immigration, and if Republicans are so far away from Latinos, they're going to lose not only this election, they might lose the White House for generations.
The future.
And Texas to turn
That's why
from
the
red to
Democrats
blue.
are dropping the blacks and moving on to the
They're not
Hispanics
dropping the
because they're a
blacks. They're not dropping
larger
the
group of Hispanics now. But can I just say to Jorge, I hate to disagree with you when you're attacking President Obama, but I think the point on immigration is you can have open borders or you can have a welfare state. You cannot have both.
What's going on over here?
Well, that was
The thing about Coulter, I don't know, man. Some days I was kind of thought she was kind of racist, but in this thing, at least she's bringing relevance to what we're talking about. Like Dimitri K said, I didn't like that last little piece because they tried to with the Latino vote. I mean, that shit is foul. Like how that was played out right there. That last little section, man, just really upset me because they just totally said fuck black people. Ignore what the fuck the topic was and went straight into immigrants this and immigrants that and what about this and they won't be able to come here. All that kind of shit. I didn't like that last section. I'm just saying. I did not like that last section. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, so moving right along. We'll definitely press for time now. Mr. Sandman is definitely creeping in. We got Democrats are openly discriminating against American citizens with the Biden-Harris migrant crisis. So this is a full fill. Just want to give us the update on that. And this is probably gonna be the last topic of the night, y'all.
Baby, will you build this for me?
What she said, I laugh at it every time I see that. It's like, oh my God, did you just really say that? I'm just kind of okay. Well, I give her this much. She laughs a lot. That's cool. You know, she's not walking. I mean, I've seen her with it. You know, the arresting, or not to say the word. You know, some people say arresting type of face. You know, when that word women would say to each other, but we say it as men. You know, it's an issue. Okay. All right. So, class is in session. And why class is in session? Let me do something real quick. I want all of you. Let me click this up. Where we at? No. Where we at? Go up. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So we also need you to go to vote.gov. Vote.gov is the place that you would go if you would like to register to vote. If you would like to update your voter registration, it doesn't matter if you choose Kamala, Trump, the couch, whatever, be registered to vote. Why should you be registered to vote? If you even chose the couch, let you be counted as one that chose the couch. No matter where you choose, just get registered to vote, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, I want all of you watching to get registered to vote. You heard that, Shills? Voter registration, we need you to register too. All right, so we want to get it out of the way. And no, the government is not sponsoring me to say that, but I'm doing this for a particular reason, and I'm going to do this all the way up until the election. We're going to encourage our people here to get registered to vote. Now, those of you who can read between the lines, you know why I'm doing that. All right, so with that being said, we have a migrant crisis in this country. We did not have the migrant crisis that we have today prior to the Biden-Harris administration. I want to repeat that again, the Biden-Harris administration before he got in. Now, all the Democrat Shills are cop and please. They say, well, you know, she's not the president. She got to serve at the beck and call of the president. She couldn't say nothing. She couldn't do nothing. She couldn't speak up. She couldn't do any policies contrary to him. So, you know, the way they kind of promoting her now is she was just an empty pantsuit, basically. And she was just there. Now, we know realistically, if you just know the history, I mean, Biden did put her in the basement. Nobody knew where she was at. They say, hey, where's the vice president? We don't see her. You know, you gave her a border job. We don't see her. Where's she at? For a long time, people kept saying, where's Kamala? We didn't even see her nowhere. So what it looked like to me is that because a lot of you black women, I'm talking about you black women that said you was going to basically splinter the vote, Biden chose her because of y'all, because he wanted to win the election, but he didn't want her. I really think he wanted Gretchen Whitmer. That's what I think he wanted personally. And that would make sense because, you know, this guy used to run around with Robert Byrd, right? Former KKK member Robert Byrd. That was his mentor, remember? So because he felt y'all was going to cause him to lose the election, a lot of y'all, you know, sorority sisters out there and those that think maybe similar to they think, so they put her, but yet he didn't give her nothing to do. Okay, it's at the border, fine. I personally believe, in a way, Biden tried to set her up for political failure. Just my opinion, you know, and it's not that me liking her or defending her. I'm just calling it for what it is, for what I see it as, right? Because I really think he did not want her. Well, ever since they got in office, we've had an explosion of migrants in this country.
Yep.
And it's one thing for migrants to come. And once again, I'm going to say this for the people in the back. I am pro-legal immigration. Repeat that again. Pro-legal immigration. If you come here legally, do it the right way, you become you get your green card, you become a naturalized citizen, whatever. Welcome to America. Work, be married, right? Do what you need to do. But when you come in here illegally or you're gaming the system in a way where you're trying to get resources and you have an administration supporting that and taking resources from the back pocket of American citizens who are struggling every single day, that's an issue and that's a problem. It's not xenophobia. It's just not right. Because what they try to do is say, you don't like immigrants, you're anti-immigrant, you're this and that and the third. Oh, no. If you come the right way, welcome to America. Great to have you. We love that you're here. But if you're taking resources from people and that who are paying taxes, like myself, many of you who are paying taxes, right? And you're not even the high quality immigrants, because they were talking about Trump recently, and Trump, I heard him recently say that if an immigrant comes to here, they go to college, they get their degree, you know, he'd like to extend them a green card. And that came from Trump, even though he wants the biggest deportation event in American history, according to him. He said he wanted to give them a green card. And I thought about it, I said, okay, basically he wants to go on that. They want high quality immigrants here. In other words, you want the immigrant here that's a doctor. You want the immigrant here that's a scientist. You want the immigrant here that have those kind of, you know, the astrophysicists, them kind of immigrants. You don't want the ones that's getting the Popeyes jobs. We got American citizens that can go work at Popeyes. No, you want the ones like that. So, okay, I get that. Most countries want the very high educated ones to be here, right? All right, cool. So there's been some articles y'all have shared with me from different states and different programs that's been going on. I kind of want to just go through these things that y'all have showed me. And, you say they already giving excuses. Yeah. They already giving excuses. So let's go ahead on and look at and pull up the first thing we're going to look at. We're going to follow a little timeline here. So give me a second here. We're going to talk about them folks tonight too. Because y'all ain't out of it. Because some of you be, oh yeah, I agree with you. Let's see if you agree with me tonight. So the first thing we want to talk about here is Oregon. Now, Oregon is giving $30,000 home grants, but it's through a organization, though. But the reason why I say Oregon, just bear with me.
Hell no.
But citizens are excluded. Now, I say a Latino-led housing support group give 30,000 grants to migrant buyers. But it's only for people who are not American citizens. So people in Oregon have reacted angrily about the taxpayer-funded scheme that doles out $30,000 for non-legal migrants to buy homes, but excludes U.S. citizens. Now, the Hacienda Community Development Corporation, a Latino-led group in Portland, says in a promotion that it will get the first-time home buyers up to $30,000 to get on the property ladder. Now, let's go down here and look at this. Now, they says it's grants. You see it here. Conditions right there. Only for people who are not American citizens, ITIN holders, DACA recipient, refugees, asylees, green card holders, among others, must have a pre-approval for a mortgage loan. Well, the reason why they can get a pre-approval for a mortgage loan is because Biden, the Biden administration, put in that banks cannot discriminate against people who are illegal immigrants in this country. Biden did that. It wasn't the banks. Biden pressed that. So you may say, well, this is discrimination. Well, this is a legal form of discrimination because remember, it can't be based on race, but it's based on citizenship status. And citizenship status is really not one of the things they can really go after, right? Now, where's this money coming from? As we scroll down, of course, you looking here. Now, I say Oregon State Representative Ed Deal is among those who said he's appalled at the scheme, which is funded through the state tax-funded Economic Equity Investment Program.
Hell no.
Now, he said American citizens in Oregon are struggling to find and buy a home. That's a Republican saying this, okay, not a Democrat. He said, we have a severe housing shortage in the state. I'm appalled that the hard-earned limited tax dollars of Oregons, it said, are being used to prioritize home ownership for certain non-U.S. citizens. Now, the CEO of Hacienda, he hails from the impoverished part of Mexico, so he didn't answer the request, but they're saying about the typical home price is $502,000 this year, but can easily exceed $1 million in Lake Oswego. Okay, so let me go down here to the part that now they are partly funded through the EEIP, and say which was created through Oregon's Economic Equity Investment Act of 2022. The EIP received $15 million at launch and was allocated another $8 million this year. Now, so that money is distributed through Hacienda and other groups that deliver culture responsive services, according to Oregon Senate Bill 1579. Now, I say the funds are aimed at supporting economic stability, self-sufficiency, wealth building, and economic equity among disadvantaged individuals, families, businesses, and communities. That's why we don't like them terms, disadvantaged individuals, and all that stuff, because they don't mean black people. And I say Hacienda was funded through Business Oregon and EEAP to the tune of $692,775 this year. So that's all public funds. Now, the reason why I want to go there first is this.
It's just mango. You don't just throw nothing.
During COVID, this is during COVID.
Well, maybe I'll share with you.
This article is dated back to January 4th, 2021.
Oh, come on, then, baby.
Oregon has set aside $62 million for black businesses so they wouldn't go under. And look what happened the moment that the state did that. A lawsuit by a Mexican American and two white business owners who sued. So as you can see, there was a COVID relief program that earmarked millions for black residents. It was specifically for black people. and business owners who have been halted due to lawsuits led by one Mexican American and two white business owners who alleged racial discrimination. So it's racial discrimination when you just put aside 62 million for business owners. You want to sue to stop that, but where's the lawsuit to stop the other thing? Okay, so Oregon set aside 62 million of its 1.4 billion federal pandemic relief money to help its Black business owners, community organizers, and residents going through hardship. Data suggested through the pandemic, et cetera, et cetera. Now they spent basically all the money minus $8.8 million, right? 8.8 million was held up because of litigation. All right, so we just want to point that out. The same state. Now, if we go here. When Black people even use their own personal money, not state money, things like this, like the Fearless Fund, you have a federal court stopping this from happening. So when Black people try to do something, even on a private level, because the stuff with Oregon is state, that is state, that's taxpayer funds. The Fearless Fund was not funded by the state or the federal government, and yet this is what happens with the Fearless Fund. Okay. Now I'm bringing all this up to y'all. We'll go to the next story here in a minute. I'm bringing all this up to say, see, it's okay to discriminate against Black people when Black people are trying to pass resources to each other, like not even using state funds. Let's go on and get at them. If they try to use state funds to help Black people during the pandemic, oh, that can't happen. Let's go on and sue Black people for this, right? No. They can't get this money. This isn't right. This is discrimination. But where is Edward Bloom? Where is he at? Where is these people that sued about the $62 million in Oregon? And Black folks aren't even a large population in Oregon like that. So it's not like you went to Atlanta and did it, or it's not like you went to Houston and did it. You're talking about up here in Oregon. Well, it's not that many of us. They don't even want 5 Black people to get any resources. But all these Johnny-come-latelys could come in this country and get resources upon resources upon resources. But if you say something about it, they want to label you and lie and say that you are anti-immigrant or you're xenophobic.
Not a lot.
So we're supposed to be quiet, don't say nothing, and watch our taxpayer dollars go to people. But yeah, when taxpayers are supposed to go to Black people that pay taxes in that state, y'all want to sue and stop it?
Right away.
These same people, they have a problem with reparations, right? Oh, we can't pay reparations. I told y'all a long time ago, the payment of reparations has nothing to do with the GDP. It has nothing to do with the deficit. It has nothing to do, it's going to cause inflation. No. The reason why they don't want to pay reparations is because in their mind, you're cemented at the bottom. And that's where you belong, and that's your position. And they don't want to pay reparations because of anti-Black racism, because they know that many of you, including myself, would take reparations. Let's say if they say, okay, reparations, boom, $300,000 to Black Americans. I'm not tricking off $300,000. I'm not doing that. I'm going to take that seed money and I'm going to plant that seed so that seed can grow to a couple of million. And they know Black Americans going to do that. They know good and well not all of us are going to go buy a Mercedes-Benz. We're not going to go trick it off at Magic City somewhere. We know everybody's not going to go to the plastic surgeon and get their BBLs and anything else they want to get. There's only a certain subset of people that go trick it off. But it's a lot of us out here that will take that money and invest it properly. Even if they want to go get education, they say, oh, good. Now I got money. I can go get this doctorate degree where I can make $150,000, $250,000 now. Some people take that money and get education. They say, well, what about giving it to you in education? No, you give us the money, we will get our own education. We'll do that on our own. Or what $300,000 could be injecting to a brother or sister's business. They say that's extra money. That wasn't nothing I depended on. So I'm going to put it all into this business and we're going to grow. You know what I'm saying? That's what they don't want. They don't want us self-sufficient, but they want to give money to migrants so they can go buy the Black woman's food truck. That's what they want to do. So they don't want them at the bottom with us. Oh, no. They want to help them. They not notice the folks not telling them to pull themselves up by their bootstraps. I ain't heard a single conversation from them folks whether they on, even on the right. I haven't heard that bootstrap conversation with the white people on the right. Y'all Republicans, I ain't heard y'all tell them that. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Stop getting handouts. Have you heard that handout conversation for them folks that's Republicans to the migrants? They complaining on them, but what that bootstrap conversation? I haven't heard it. Black folk get a little welfare, and y'all talking about, oh, y'all just getting welfare, and y'all the main recipients of welfare. Y'all, you the main recipients of Section 8. That's like, I tell black folks, get every government program you qualify for at whatever level. Get it. Because them people, they've been getting it forever. They've been getting it. Matter of fact, these people, the migrants, are getting the European package right now. What was the European package? The moment them people got here, they were giving land. They was giving acres and acres of land, right? They was giving opportunity. You know what created the middle class? The government. There was no such thing as a middle class. Home loans and all that stuff they gave them people, VA loans and all that. We couldn't even get that as black people. Nope. Their middle class was given the same thing the government was doing with them European immigrants that came here. They doing with the ones now. Yeah. Setting them up. How you can't work yourself in that position. You can't. And you sorry black lawyers. Let me talk about you. Get them. People want to complain on Edward Bloom and the lawsuits he's doing. We got a lot of black lawyers, but y'all don't do no lawsuits to say it's discrimination. You rather sit on YouTube talking about other black people. Yeah. Why they not? Why they wrong for talking about Kamala? Why are you sitting on YouTube talking about black people being wrong, other black creators being wrong, talking about Kamala? Get your behind off YouTube and get in that courtroom and fight for black people. That's what's wrong with a lot of you. You want to be seen and heard instead of being like Thurgood Marshall in that doggone courtroom, fighting for black people. Like Benjamin Crump is the only one that's seen. And he only show up when you die, for the most part. That get on my nerves.
Yeah. I guess on my nerves too.
Okay, here, do that.
Yeah, boule lawyers. Yeah, all kind of boule lawyers telling us, oh, we got this many lawyers now. What good are you? Where's the Johnny Cochran among you? It don't matter if it's a woman or a man. Don't matter. Where's the Johnny Cochran among you? We got so many lawyers out here, but no Johnny Cochrans? None of y'all? But you claiming fraternity and sorority all day.
Yeah, we should have.
Now let's get to the next one here. We want to cover. Let's go. Still West Coast.
I wish we had one.
Still the West Coast. Shout out to the West Coast. The next one. California bill that could open new path to home ownership for undocumented immigrants advances.
Hell no.
This is the next one. Once again, state funded.
Oh God.
Now this is from KTLA.
Yeah.
It said a California bill would allow undocumented immigrants to qualify for first-time home buying loans. Continues to progress in the state legislature. The bill formerly known as AB 1840 would expand the eligibility requirement for the state's first-time home buyer loan program, the California Dream for All Shared Appreciation Program, to allow undocumented immigrants who live in the state to use it. Remember, these are taxpayer funds. Most recently, AB 1840 passed the Senate Appropriations Committee last week and now faces a floor vote in the Senate. The bill has already passed Assembly, and look, it's going to pass because they have a Democrat majority, Democrat mayor. That's a Democrat enclave, California. Now, it said the California Dream for All Shared Appreciation Loan, launched in 2023, helps qualify first-time buyers with down payments. The program was initially created to help low and middle income individuals buy homes. Still, Assembly member Joaquin Arambula, who introduced the bill, previously told KTLA that the program doesn't address eligibility based on immigration status, as he's just talking down there. Now, this particular thing here also, I just want to let y'all know, this is more so like a zero down, and part of this they want to add to this particular bill is they don't have to pay payments. Okay, so this is California. Now, California is a state. Let me get off of here. California is a state that a lot of Black Americans are leaving. I have met a lot of people here from California that moved down here to Houston. You remember the last sister that I think was her name, Andrea, last Friday? You know, she came from Houston. I'm sorry, from California. You know, Sister Demetria, of course. You know, she came from California. We have a lot. And they have started their life over. And some of them, especially they had homes, they sold their homes in California. And hey, they came, took advantage of the prices over here and started their life off new and started their life off fresh, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of our brothers and sisters have been leaving and going to Las Vegas. Okay, they've been going to Las Vegas as well. So they having to leave California because how can they really make it in California? And unfortunately, we don't have a village anymore. We won't do what the immigrants are doing. Some people say how the immigrants are affording it. Well, they getting help from the government, and they will stay multiple families to a home. Black people just not going to do that. They're not.
One last one.
So that's why you have a hard time making it unless you got a real good job in California. Now, California is very beautiful. The weather's awesome. I love the weather in California, but the politics for me and just the things they allow over there, I just and when it comes to listen, LA, shout out to LA, but I go into LA and get right back out when I'm there. I'd rather stay in Anaheim or somewhere further out than that. All right, so
you do it.
Let me see. Now let's talk about New York City here for a minute. Let's go all the way to New York City. And we got questions. That's all. And these are all Democrat places now. The New York City migrant crisis will cost a crack eye-popping $5 billion on shelters, security, and food, and the amount can double by 2025. And these are taxpayer-funded money. Okay, 2025. It could be 10 billion, but they have no money for you. Like that man said, no money for you in Chicago, no money for you for reparations at all, ladies and gentlemen. Now, to say the financial hits the migrant crisis, hits from the migrant crisis keep coming. And NYC is likely to surpass $5 billion in spending on services for migrants, including $2 billion alone on housing. Say the scores on new arrivals flooding into the Big Apple. They say the figures. They say listed on the city's online asylum seeking funding tracker. Okay, well, you know what? Let's go. Let me check that out real quick. Let's see what that is. Just real quick. Okay, now this is from the NYC itself. Okay, and we just got glancing at this down here. Yeah, they say that they have spent. They say they have projected this in 2024 $3.79 billion. And they're saying 4.75. It's say 36,999 a household, 352 a night average cost for 365 days. Now, any New Yorkers in here, maybe you paying attention to this. They don't have money for you, but this is all your New Yorkers. This is where your tax dollars is going. This is where all you business owners in New York who's paying those taxes. This is where your tax is going. Those of you who have paying property tax, school tax, all the different taxes, this is where your money is going. And they didn't ask you. They didn't tell you anything. Now they're telling you about the state, the city, what's coming from the city, the state, the federal government. They're telling you the actual asylum seeking care cost. And they tell you about the different agencies. I mean, look at that, from 469 million to 1.53 billion. Now, how are you anti-immigrant when you're looking at this money here, and this is taxpayer money that you're looking at? But when you say this is enough, this is wrong. I'm a citizen. I'm a resident of New York City, and I'm not getting services. Services actually being cut in New York City. But you're wrong for saying this is enough. And this is the question. This is Democrat policy, ladies and gentlemen. This is Democrats. So when you hear me talk about it, oh, you just like Republicans. No. If Republicans were doing this mess right here, what we looking at on the screen, then I would be talking about that mess. That's not right. Look at all this. All the money is being spent by these different agencies, right?
remember, this asylum seeking care cost. So every agency is spending money. Not about work types. They're telling you about house, rent, initial outfitting. Look at all the money. But how many New Yorkers right now is on the street, but they're not paying your rent? Service and supplies, IT, administrative costs, food. How many New Yorkers is getting some of that money right there? 259 million. Medical. Some people don't even have any kind of insurance at all. Okay. But this is where your taxpayer is going. But once again, don't get mad at me. Don't say you just a Trump supporter. That is the most lazy and asinine thing to say when someone is showing you. And this is coming from nyc.gov. I'm not making this stuff up. Funding commitments from 23 to fiscal year 2025. This is all, and remember, this is the Asylum Seeker Funding Tracker. You can go look this up. Not making it up, not fake news or anything, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, let me get back on the screen here for a minute. Don't let these Democrats tell you that you're anti-immigrant when you see all that money on the screen. Remember, that's your tax dollars. That's supposed to go to you and your fellow residents of your city and help improve your city. They're not paying taxes. They're not paying taxes into the system. You know, in New York, you got a bunch of military-age males running around your city right now. They got so much time on their hands. Yeah, you got to get up in New York to go to work. You got to go deal, all that money that you're spending, you could have took care of the rat problem. You got rats as big as cats over there. You could have took care of that problem, all that money you're spending. You could improve the subway system. New Yorkers having their rents go up so much that people are being priced out. And I've seen a lot of videos from Black people and also different Puerto Ricans and Dominicans, all different other Hispanic groups. A lot of them are leaving NYC because they can no longer afford to stay there. Even in places like the Bronx and Queens and places like that, right? The rents are jacking up. So the American citizens are paying double rent and being required to make 3 to 4 times the doggone rent. But you got other people. Let's go back. Let's go back there. Hold on. Let's go back down where we was at. Where is it? They can go spend $1.51 billion. Billion with a B, ladies and gentlemen. $1.51 billion with a B on rent for them, but you are facing eviction. Think about that. When people say you get what you vote for, that's true. That's why we told you, get registered to vote. Not all the time you got to sit it out. Some people say, I'm going to sit it out. Sometimes you shouldn't be sitting it out, bro. Sometimes you got to get in the game. You got to get in and say, nah, I gotta do something. I got to do something because this stuff here ain't right, man. Because if you're going to sit, especially locally like that, that's local. Eric Adams, that whole city council should be gone. All of y'all should be registered to vote in New York right now. Right now. And don't do what Chicago done. Chicago complained on Lori Lightfoot. They complained on Rahm Emanuel before her. And then what they do, they go replace them with another Democrat thinking they're going to be different. They all part of the same party. They're not different. They may be a different name, a different background, but they all going to toe the party line. You got to shake things up, black folk. Because I'm telling you, you listen to these Democrat Shills, tell them Democrat Shills, where's my $1.5 billion at? Because it's sure not coming to me. I'm not getting no rent relief. Where is it at? All them Democrats, y'all just being anti-immigrant. Y'all just up here just being mean and xenophobic. Them fools is talking to you like that. It's not in your city. They're not watching the things that's happening in your city right now. This is your tax dollars. You have a right to say, hey, man, no. If you want them here, then they need to get they behind. They need to pull themselves up by their bootstraps and get to work like everybody else around here got to get to work. They getting a VIP treatment. And then Eric Adams was saying they starting to run out of money. And Eric Adams say, hey, I don't know what some of them going to do because we're going to start cutting them off because the money running out. Then y'all going to have a problem. Because when you bring a bunch of entitled people to, listen, it's a reason why God said, if you don't work, you don't eat. It's a reason why God said that. Because he knows human nature. You would create a monster by letting somebody grown lay up and you giving them food, you giving them shelter, you giving them everything handed to them. And then now you cut them off and then they're going to act like a petulant child or they're going to get involved in crime because they want everything easy because they were just laying up for months. Yeah, Gregory said he evicting them now. Yeah, I know he is because I saw that he said we run out of money. So yeah, but see, they not going to be Eric Adams' problem because Eric Adams not going to have him in his house. He got police protection, everything else. He's the mayor. All your city council people, they good, but they're going to be a problem for y'all. My brothers and sisters in New York, all of y'all. That's going to be the problem. It is not being anti-immigrant to say, hey, my tax dollars belong to me, man. That's like telling people, you got a house, right? Let's say you're a house. You got a front door, you got a back door at your house. You got a gate. Is it wrong for you to lock your front door, lock your back door, or lock your gate like at night? Is it wrong to lock any of these things? Yes or no? Just tell me, is it wrong? Is it you hate people? Is it that you're being racist? You're being anti whoever? Or you're being xenophobic for locking your door? If that's the case, that's everybody. I lock my door so I don't have somebody just come run up in my house and try to rob me. And at least if you go run up in my house and try to rob me, and I can, use my rights to put a stop to it, at least in Texas, then you can go tell Jesus why you ran in my house. But you don't make it easy for a criminal either. You lock your doors. You lock your back door. You lock your gates. You lock your stuff. You're not racist, xenophobic, or anti-anybody for locking things at your home. That's what they do to gaslight you. And these shills don't care about you. They don't care about your tax dollars. They don't care how much you're suffering with rent. They don't care that while you're putting things back on the shelf, you put things back on the shelf because you don't have money, and you look over and migrants are walking in there with they platinum card. You suffering, but they got their platinum card off of your tax dollars that your Democrat officials gave them because they didn't steal it. They were given this by your Democrat officials. But, I know what it is. I just like Trump. That's what it is. I'm a Trump supporter. Trump ain't got nothing. Even if Trump was elected president, he ain't got nothing. He cannot stop what they're doing in the city. The president has no bearing on any of that. All thing he can do is say, well, if you keep giving them funds, I'm going to cut off the federal funds. He can do that much. But your governor, just want you to know how it works. Your governor is the most powerful person in your state. She's not going to cut him off unless she's forced to in a way. That's the problem. That's the problem. Same thing in Chicago. All that money going to them. But I'm going to go vote for Kamala because she's so much better. How is she better? That's the policies of their administration. Then, because they haven't been checking people at the border and they just letting anybody in because you're trying to circumvent black people. That's what you're doing. We all know what you're doing. Every time black people try to get a win, they start mass immigrating. That's what they do. On top of that, even if Biden and Harris is voted, let's say if she loses the election, whatever, the American public is going to be feeling this problem for a very long time. Let me get on here and show you why. Give me a second. Let me put this up. This has become a problem now that wasn't there before. Brutal Venezuelan gang. Violence spills into quiet suburb from the sanctuary city next door despite efforts to keep migrants out. Yes, now you have violent Venezuelan gangs, gang members has been let in here, and they're forming gangs. They're robbing gun stores. They're doing all kind of things that wasn't happening in these areas until these people showed up. But who's the fault? The Biden-Harris administration, because they just flooded the zone. They didn't check nobody. They just let them in. Now it makes sense when they were saying that Venezuela was opening their prisons and just letting people out and say, hey, we'll let you out of prison, but you got to go to America. It makes sense now. So they said Denver's decision to welcome migrants with open arms are bringing bloodshed to the suburbs next door. Say a notorious Venezuelan prison gang has set up shop in Aurora, Colorado, even though the town wanted no part of the influx of asylum seekers in the first place. They say Aurora is a quiet bedroom community of population of 390,000 directly east of the Mile High City. It has become the base of operations of a brutal Tren de Agua. It's a gang. It's which has seized multiple apartment complexes and set off a wave of violent crime. Remember, this was not there. This is the work of the Biden-Harris administration. Denver leads the nation in new migrant arrivals per capita, with more than 40,000 arriving from the southern border since December 2022. They say the city has bent over backwards to provide aid, even slashing emergency services. Emergency services for the residents, right? They slashing that to help foot the cost. So far, estimated 68 million and counting. That's all taxpayer funds. And why is American citizens okay with this? But vote blue no matter who, right? As Aurora has made it clear it doesn't share Denver's desire to be the country's leading sanctuary city. So look at this gentleman here. They'll say in February, the Aurora City Council passed a resolution 73 emphatically stating they would not provide resources and support to migrants and others brought into the community from neighboring cities. It says it's been pretty tense here. It said we're feeling it. City Council member Danielle Jurinsky is a sponsor of the resolution. Said we will not be aiding the migrant crisis. Now, this is one of the shot callers of the Tren de Agua gang here, Mr. Pacheco Chirino. It say, but Denver here has, they committed the problems. They one local gang, as you see here, set up shop. According to law enforcement officer, his name is, as you can see, Pacheco Chirino. Ain't going through. Goes by the Galeta, Spanish for cookie. Within months arrived in the U.S., cops say he and his fellow gang members brutally beat a man in an Aurora apartment complex that the gang took over and occupied. They say in July, cops arrested him again, this time for a shooting at the same complex that left 2 men wounded. They say members of Tren de Agua, they say, are accused of sewer crimes across the U.S., including the murder of Georgia nursing student Laken Riley earlier this year, the shooting of 2 NYPD cops during an arrest in June. Leaders of the gang recently gave the green light for members to shoot American cops who try to interfere in their criminal activity. Now, see, even Pookie and Ray Ray don't be doing all that. They don't do that. See, y'all sat up here and brought the criminals of the third world to America. Let me get on screen and talk about that. See, Biden is going to be in Delaware. He's going to be fine. He's not going to be dealing with this. He's going to be chilling, eating his ice cream, looking at the beautiful water at his house. He's going to be chilling. Y'all, not so much. Not so much. But vote blue no matter who, guys. Vote blue. Now I know. I guess I'm a Trump supporter. I mean, common sense. Are you labeling common sense and news reporting with supporting Trump, or are you saying Trump has more sense? I'm trying to figure that out. Everything we're showing, any of you can go look at it up yourself. I'm not showing you something that you can't go look up. Then I'm seeing also on TikTok, some of these sisters out here, some of them, they are, I think some little sound they got on TikTok where they said that some black men say they don't want to vote for her because she locked up black people, and they're like, I don't care, that sort of thing, right? So I'm seeing videos like that, but some of them are rebellious. That's why some of them in the condition that they're in, they're rebellious. They can care less about things like that until that gang show up at their front door. Then, What? And then them same people, y'all, I've seen it. Listen, I've been doing this too long. They'll be calling me a Trump supporter and every other name in the book. Then when they get into the thick of this, let's say Vice President Kamala Harris elected president. Let's say it happened. And they in the thick of it, them same people that was calling me names a year, 2 years in, they'll be emailing me. They'll be emailing me. It's happened before. You know what? I was, I thought you was wrong for what you were saying back then, but I really see what you were saying those years ago. Oh my God. I apologize for what I said to you that time and this and that and the third. And you know what I used to tell them? It is, I mean, hey, I'm not tripping on it. I'm not tripping on nothing. I know what I'm telling you. I'm not just making this stuff up. And now you see. Now you see. It's my rights. It's about my body and all that. Okay. All right. All right. If that's all you voting for, okay. It's your right. You can vote for what you ever want to vote for. I can't stop. I'm not telling you not to vote. That's not my job. I'm just saying that, if you care more about your body, like you say, don't let a man in you raw. Because it's not just babies you need to worry about. Do you know there's a big explosion of HIV that's happened? Such a coincidence that this explosion of HIV has happened. I'm gonna be careful how I say it here, but y'all put 2 and 2 together. Explosion of HIV all over the place. Something we ain't seen before. Just big explosion of numbers. And the reason why it can happen, also to some of y'all don't take that seriously. Y'all laying down with any old person or whatever, but there's certain diseases you can catch that abortion won't fix. I hope y'all know that. HIV is real. AIDS is still out there. The Planned Parenthood can't get rid of your genital herpes. Hope you know that. It's more to life than just your laziness or making sure that it's 30 forms of birth control if you want to use it. Planned Parenthood actually give it to you. But you choosing not to because you want to go raw and you wonder why some people catching the HIV. It's more to life than having you getting ate up with lust and having your loins all on fire. It's more life than that. You say you heard 50-year-old women say, my body, my choice? Really? Let me tell you something. One thing I can't stand is an old fool. I can't stand that. Young people, I got grace for them. But somebody 50 years old talking like that? And what you mean your body, your choice? Are you still having children? I'm trying to figure that part out. I've heard some people have children in their 50s or whatever, but yeah, your body, your choice? Okay, I guess. It's just, but I seen a thing from the Pew Research, and they split up what the most important thing was between men and women in this election. And according to their research, overwhelmingly the men, the economy, which makes sense. The economy. Women, abortion. Not the economy, abortion. Once again, you cannot buy food. You can't pay the light bill. You can't pay the internet bill. You can't pay your car note, insurance, rent, mortgage. You can't take vacation. Do none of that without money. You can't cash in what you did at Planned Parenthood. If that's your motivation to vote for Vice President Kamala Harris, I mean, like I say, you're right. You have a voting right. Do what you want to do. But that's silly to me. That's silly. That it is what it is. That's silly to me. But don't let these Democrats try to lie. Because see, one thing I've accepted about them, because they doing it to me too. They lie. They will lie. They will defame. They will slander. Like even the Project 2025 thing, they keep lying. And even their own left-wing media has called them out on that. The Project 2025 has nothing to do with Trump. That's a Heritage Foundation. Of course, the Heritage Foundation want everything in Project 2025. Of course they do. Yeah, that's what a think tank is. But as I said before, okay, what's the Democrat version of Project 2025 then? The things that they want to see done. Where's your version? Why are you complaining on them? The Heritage Foundation has been in operation since the early 70s. Every year they come out with something like that. A playbook of what they want to see. Of course, another one, the Federalist Society, that's another one. They want their people up there. They want judges. They want all kinds of things. Where's their version of that? Why are you complaining on them? Fear mongering. Oh, okay, hold on. I'm glad y'all brought that up. Thank y'all for bringing that up. Hold on. Okay, let's go try again, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this is after the DNC. You would think, because y'all say that's verified. Are we back on? We're on KamalaHarris.com. We're on Policy Watch. Donate some money. Donate for your chance to meet Vice President Kamala Harris and Governor Tim Walz. Oh, okay, so your flight, your hotel stay, an opportunity to get a photo on us. Donate any amount for your chance to win. Oh, man. Maybe I should donate so I can meet somebody, right? You know, of course, I'm being sarcastic. All right. So this is the website and no policies. None. No policies. None. Okay. Let me go to Donald Trump. DonaldJTrump.com. Let me go back over there. Trump want to get some money too. All right. Now, of course, this is Trump's site. And once again, platform. And once again, policies. We're gonna look at this again. Policies. Seal the border. As you can see here, this is his policies. His 20-point plan about his policies. We go back to her website. No platform. None at all. None at all. Go back to, where's it at? Go back to Trump. Policies. Okay. So, still no policy. So I guess she's going to, I guess, wing it, right? And now, this is why they're telling y'all Plies and the rest of them, which I need to go ahead on and probably make a video about Plies. Why y'all don't ask her nothing? Why y'all always asking her something? Question like, what you mean don't ask her nothing? Who is she supposed to be that we as American citizens, if you want my vote, yeah, I'm going to ask you why. Why? Why should I vote for you? Tell me why. You want me to get in my car and go vote for you. So tell me why. Why should I vote for you? It's not that hard to figure that out. Don't you dare let somebody shame you or not to ask questions. You ask questions in your personal life. You ask questions on your job. You ask questions to these politicians. You ask questions till you get all the answers you need. If somebody say, just do it. Don't ask me. Like, no. I'm going to ask. And if I can't ask you, then don't worry about it. I'm just not going to vote for you. That's it. Because I can't get the answers I need from you. And who are you to tell me as a grown doggone man, or unless you're a woman, that I can't ask you a question? That's silly to me. And anyway, who listen to Plies? Who listen to him? Like what's wrong, brother? You can't get in the studio no more? Go make some records. Go do a concert or something. You up here shilling for the Democrats. You and Luther Campbell. Like, Lord Jesus, like what's going on? Y'all can't go do nothing no more? But Luther Campbell running around here talking about Glorilla and Lotto and Sexy Red and all of them owe him some money because of the ratchetness they doing. Why them women owe you some money? Sound like you broke. Leave them young women alone. And women don't owe you nothing. You did enough to bring a bunch of degeneracy to the black community. They picked up where you left off. Well, are you jealous of those women? That they getting money and you, even sexual ed, getting money and you not? Are you jealous of that, sir? What would I look like being my age jealous of some young woman and what they doing? Stop comparing yourself to a woman, Luther. Grown doggone man looking at young women and compare and talking about they owe you some money. Please. Ain't nobody told you to be a dummy and sell your catalog, what they say, for $1 million, which is nothing. That's your fault. You should be getting money off your catalog right now. That's why you're shilling so hard for the Democrats, because they're cutting you a check. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on the stream tonight. Really appreciate it. Make sure you click the subscribe button. Make sure you click the like button. It's very, very important. Make sure you join us back here tomorrow, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, here on the African Diaspora News Channel. We greatly appreciate you being here. And thank y'all for listening. And we'll see you on the next one.
All right, y'all. Well, thank y'all for tuning in. I'm going to end the episode now. It's super late.
No. You got one more topic or you're done?
I told you that was the last topic.
Oh, what are you
For
tripping
the
off of
umpteenth time.
What are you tripping then? All right. I'm sorry, Kylie, for the disruption. I apologize. I thought there was more. I thought it was going to be a long video.
There's 2 more topics, but I'm not going to be able to get to them.
You got time? You want to do it?
No, I don't.
You don't have it? If you want to do it, carry on. Baby. I'm already over here. It's all right. I'm not gonna be disrupted, I promise. I apologize, family, for the disruption. I thought it was gonna be a longer video than what that was. But he's right about Aurora. I'm glad he talked about that. Aurora just shut down a whole building, like 99 apartments, 90 apartments is right down the street. I wouldn't say right by gangs. I would say. They have a lot of migrants living there. Seems like that's all that's around here right now. They live there on this side over here, which is kind of not being gentrified yet, but it's expensive. And then the new apartments are meant for they're meant to be affordable, are not affordable. They're like 2 racks, like $2,800. That's very expensive. They're living nice over there, very comfortable, and it's not like that where I am right now. When I ended the RVA, it was close to sundown, and you hear the sirens. So, it's crime running rapid. That's terrible. They don't seem to be solving anything. And black people are just disappearing from this area. So I don't know if they're moving elsewhere or what, but they're not as prevalent. It makes me sad. Kind of defensive, really, too. Not even front. I feel very, very angry about that. I feel very overwhelmed. Every day is like a fucking get down outside. That's all I'm saying. I'm dizzy. Go ahead with the next topic.
I'm ending the show.
I thought you were going to do it.
Brandy.
Hey, look, I'm sorry.
It's 2:30 in the morning. I'm going to end the show.
I'm sorry, man. Join us tomorrow for part 3. And I have some stuff queued up for Denver too that I could throw in for the last.
That's already going to be in the topics for tomorrow. Like all that's already okay.
It's up to you, Jessica. Either way, We haven't done it yet.
We're going to do back to back. We're going to do Shabaka's Lucky Stress Enhanced and then Frontline Black News after that.
So join us tomorrow. Thank you. Hey, Blacks, stay dangerous. Hold your vote. Like you hold your sword. Sisters, hold your vote. Like you hold your faith. And thank you for watching. I'm sorry I'm sick. I apologize. I just got a heavy day of going to the doctor and whatnot. Very heavy day.
Yeah, so people are sharing your thoughts and prayers.
Thank you. Go ahead, close yourself up.
I'm trying. You just keep talking. All right, so thank y'all for tuning in to season 4, episode 21, part 2 of the Frontline Black News. Join us later for Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced on Blog Talk Radio. And then directly after that, a brand new episode of Front Line Blacc News, season 4, episode 21, part 3 of the Front Line Blacc News. So peace, love, light, reparations, and separations of Black empowerment. Appreciate everybody that tapped in with us. Our hype people, Twin and Mac 285, Twin Pyramid and Mac. Vote wisely. The MD20 and anybody else that tapped in and peeking but not speaking. So peace, love, light, reparations, and separation and Black empowerment. Chain Kruma signing out from the Mile High Income in a legal migrant flooded city in a sundown town known as Aurora, Colorado. Peace.